this will be even better. He's not switching, he's on XP. The cab is going down. It's getting melted by the buildings here. The longbows are still standing and doing damage.
Does he have enough steam though? I think
There's not
Julian
enough
is running out.
though, yeah.
Eaton Bowman, 1.5 fire rate once again, coming up, Truck being king here, and just even though
Drag boxing the Naginatas forward, the Coyotes are trying to move, and the Atoman, he drag boxed the wrong direction, and now the Atomans are getting snared by
oh my
goodness.
are shredding this right now, and it doesn't look like he's got his
11s.
I don't see any of the pikes. Where's the pikes on this fight? The Nagis are just cleaning this entire mass up. Coyotes are falling. You got the Ashes getting buffed by the Dino. They've got Ashy attacking. They're absolutely shredding everything here. Yumi don't even need to micro this at this point.
He's going to have to sack off his Ruskies. He has to come in melee here.
Yes.
I don't think he can continue keep microing. Well, he's going to try, wait for reinforcements and try to make it to his blockhouses. The question is, how much damage will he going to be taking? This is nice micro from Ungers, but you know, the Autons just have to attack move here. And 1.5 fire rate, they do have staff animation. And the Tauntins are absolutely insane, but he has drawn him into the double blockhouse, now fighting under the double blockhouse. The question is it going to be
Skits are a little
defensive?
behind here. The Cossacks are now getting snared by the Pumas and the Coyotes. The Explorer is now in with the triple XP tech. Some warriors are mixing. The Atoans doing absolutely insane amount of damage. He's on plus 36%. Look at him on the attack. That's a plus 36%. And he's just
Coyotes on the Strelets.
Blockhouses are actually doing decent damage here. The Coyotes are kind of going down. The Spears are now trying to move in towards the front, and it's actually a decent fight, I think, for Tabben.
Pretty good fight for Tabben, but you know, there's not very many Cossacks. He's letting a lot of these Coyotes and Pumas kind of shred his Strelets a bit. Finally getting his Cossacks where they want to be on the Slingers, and gonna be cleaning up.
Here, the ESOCs are out of position. The Carolinians as well, and the ESOCs are gonna go on top. Oh, the tree carrying here. The trees for Sweden, and there you go. We can see some damage here. The ESOCs, all the ESOCs are dead. That's quite a lot of mass. The ESOCs coming back from fair rate. Nah, GG. Optimus, his mass is getting completely clean. With the ESOCs, that's gonna be a big snare right there, and there is no way those Carolinians are gonna come out alive.
Maybe should be able to swing this water fight. Yeah, it's so the micro here is so intense. Get in, get back in. Will the Yumi have the chance to snipe him? Look at the ship is at 6-inch HP.
Oh! Frontline, what a god!
Oh no! Oh my god! Oh my gosh, the micro was insane, and that's GG. Wow, those galleys have such low HP.
He's gonna need to take trades here, and he's taking really good trades. The Kanye are now pushing in, and is this the time? Ungers needs to get on the attack dance. I mean, he has 70 fills. He's so far in eco. Put some fills on the attack dance, and this will be even better. He's not switching. He's on XP. The cab is going down. It's getting melted by the buildings here. The longbows are still standing and doing damage.
Does he have enough steam though? I think
There's not
Julian
enough
is running out.
though, yeah.
Eaton Bowman, 1.5 fire rate once again, coming up, Truck being king here, and just even though
Drag boxing the Naginatas forward, the Coyotes are trying to move, and the Atoman, he drag boxed the wrong direction, and now the Atomans are getting snared by the
God.
goodness.
are shredding this right now, and it doesn't look like he's got his
11s.
I don't see any of the pikes. Where's the pikes on this fight? The Nagis are just cleaning this entire mass up. Coyotes are falling. You got the Ashes getting buffed by the Dino. They've got Ashy attacking. They're absolutely shredding everything here. Yumi don't even need to micro this at this point.
He's going to have to sack off his Ruskies. He has to come in melee here.
Yes.
I don't think he can continue keep microing. Well, he's going to try, wait for reinforcements and try to make it to his blockhouses. The question is, how much damage will he going to be taking? This is nice micro from Ungers, but you know, the Autons just have to attack move here. And 1.5 fire rate, they do have staff animation. And the Tauntins are absolutely insane. But he has drawn him into the double blockhouse, now fighting under the double blockhouse. The The question is it going to be
Muskets are a
enough
little
to prevent it?
behind here. The Cossacks are now getting snared by the Pumas and the Coyotes. The Explorer is now in with the triple XP tech. Some warriors are mixing the Atoans, doing absolutely insane amount of damage. He's on plus 36%. Look at him on the attack. That's plus 36%. And he's just
Coyotes
coming in now
on the
with
Strelitz.
blockhouses are actually doing decent damage here. The Coyotes are kind of going down. The Spears are now trying to move in towards the front, and it's actually a decent fight, I think, for Tabben.
Pretty good fight for Tabben, but there's not very many Cossacks. He's letting a lot of these Coyotes and Pumas kind of shred his Strelitz a bit. Finally getting his Cossacks where they want to be on the Slingers, and gonna be cleaning up.
Here, the ESOCs are out of position. The Carolinians as well, and the ESOCs are going to go up top. Oh, the tree carrying here. The tree is for Sweden, and there you go. We can see some damage here. The ESOCs, all the ESOCs are dead. That's quite a lot of mass. The ESOCs coming back from their raid. Nah, GG. Optimus, his mass is getting completely clean. With the ESOCs, that's going to be a big snare right there, and there is no way those Carolinians are going to come out alive.
Ladies should be able to swing this water fight. It's so the micro here is so intense. Get in, get back in. Will the Yumi have a chance to snipe him? Look at the ship is at 6-inch USB.
Oh! Frontline with the gun.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! I thought it was insane, and that's GG. Wow, those galleys have such low HP.
He's gonna need to take trades here, and he's taking really good trades. The Kanye are now pushing in, and is this the time? Ungers needs to get on the attack dance. I mean, he has 70 fills. He's so far in eco. Put some fills on the attack dance, and this will be even better. He's not switching. He's on XP. The cap is going down. It's getting melted by the buildings here. The
Yeah.
logos are
So, good evening, ladies and
Hello.
gentlemen.
And everything between and outside. We are here for the ESOC Premier League finals. Ego sum Imperator Kaiser, Gaius Julius Megas, and with me is my loyal minion. Come get some.
Thank you for the grand introduction, my liege. But yeah, EPL finals, Somali Cavalry Gaming versus Hudson Bay Bigs. So we have Jack Tabben representing SKG, and we have Opti the Magician representing HPB. And we have the first matchup already, Megas. I know you love these subs. How are
I
you
love
feeling
this.
about the game one?
I love this Sifs, both Italians and Swedes. Two of my favorite Sif, Swedes obviously my main Sif. And this will be probably a bit of a longer game because both civilizations like some build-up time. Yeah, this matchup is kinda good for Swedes until Italians get to H4 and get their Bersaglieri. I think it's not a common matchup. That's for sure.
So true. Like I'm just, scratching my head thinking when I last saw this matchup, and I just can't remember any game. But yeah, before we dive into game number one, a couple of interesting stats for you guys. So both Optimus and Tabben are 7-3 each in the EPL so far. Just to refresh our memory, Optimus went 3-2 versus Azamk, and Optimus went 4-1 versus Big Ezad, while Tabben went 3-2 versus Psionic and 4-1 versus Lucas. So both players looking in good form, and yeah, pretty even. So it should be a great game.
Really even. This should make a wonderful series, I think.
So yeah, we have 80 viewers. Welcome everyone. Thanks for spending your Saturday evening with us. Spam all the discords. You do not want to miss game one of this series. It's play all 7, Optimus versus Tabben. Final of the EPL tournament, SKG versus HPB. So yeah, call everyone.
Exactly. And somebody is mentioning the architect bug. Yes, you can. You can sabotage Sweden as Italy by placing building foundations with your architects, and that Sweden cannot build there, so you can basically block all the mines.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's a bug. It's a bug, and since this game is not worthy of any future support, this bug stays in until we all, until the end of times probably.
Yeah, hopefully we won't see
Which is
Tabben doing
frustrating.
that.
Which is really frustrating. I don't think
Yeah,
Tabben will do
yeah,
that.
it's like, you know, backherding the opponent's hunts. I think that's the equivalent of that.
I'm 99% sure that the usage of bugs is forbidden in the tournament. So I really don't expect to see this happen.
Yeah, and you know, another thing is the map is actually Carolean Lakes, so
Oh,
mines galore. You have like 10 mines on this map. It's
Caroline
like
Lakes is a good map for Sweden. Yeah, you also have the chance for House of Wasser, where you get a second Dominions card, basically, for Torp shipment, for Torp wagon shipment, and yeah, wonderful map for Sweden. It's quite
Iron
open
Turtle
map.
saying, Iron Turtle commenting,
Yeah.
complimenting her hair. I think, yeah, Megas got those long locks of the Emperor, you know. First time I saw Megas on, it looked like, you know, it reminded me of Lord of the Rings. I think they should cast you in the next movie.
Yeah,
As an elf king.
I am definitely an elvish king in Middle Earth somewhere. Have we other players? How are the players? Are we starting?
Yeah, I think we have confirmation
Looks
from
good,
the
looks
players.
good. Yeah,
It's
it
just
seems like we're loading into the game. So, enough rambling around. We will soon dive into the first game of this EPL finals. Italy versus Sweden on Carolean Lakes. And we're in. And we're in Carolean Lakes. Italy in blue, Swedes in red. Wouldn't have hurt to take the blue color as Swedish, but that's just my problem. Starting with the classic Italian start with building a market and a house, and researching some market hacks for the extra wheels. And Sweden starts with the already with the first top, has a nice food treasure that makes the second villager in queue much more easier. You kind of have the problem with the second villager if you don't have a food treasure. You have to get a food really fast in order to not idle your TC for the second will. And yeah, scouting some treasures.
Yeah, I think this map has lots of great treasures. Just look at the number of X's on the minimap, and
Yeah.
you have all these, you know, powerful single treasure guardian treasures. So European explorers with their crack shot can make quick work of that. After already getting that 40 food, Tabben working on that 45 wood. So yeah, great to see.
And
Italy
has another
all
wood
the
treasure in his vicinity, so really nice for Italy. Sweden would like the 3 wood treasures in a triangle. Too bad for Sweden, but Italy has good use for it. Much easier to afford the market tax with less gather time in H1 for them. Another one.
wow, yeah.
Damn it. 4 wood treasures in one quadrant.
Already 100 plus wood for in Italy's kitty. But you know, and look at that. Tabben already making use of that. Look at his market text. Already going for hunting dogs, all the villager HP text and placer mines with all that wood. Remember Italy's Civ bonus, you know, you get one free villager with every research upgrade. That's
Have you
just
seen
crazy.
the deck name of Tabben? SimCity Chill. Because he gonna build buildings, alright? He gonna build buildings, and that's a deck for the late game. He wants to just play SimCity until H4. On the other hand, the Swedish deck, also with some more late game potential than usual. We have the Northern Forests, we have the 4 mines in H4, but we also have the Church card, interesting, so we might see some Halberds in H2. H3 looks standard to me, standard Sweden deck that is not focused on Hacker pellets, I might add.
Yeah, interesting to see. Not too many age forecasts from Sweden. Do you remember the good old days of DE Magus when every Sweden game, I remember the first Tony where Nushelbar, Maito, all of them used to play, and every game used to be like Swedish mirror, FI mirror. We had all those crazy cards.
Yeah, Sweden
But
FI was wild back then. Sweden FI was really wild, but you could afford it back then because the Torps scattered twice as fast, and your Carolian was also much more potent than they are now. We see already the Lombards for Italy, and Sweden started with classic 2 Torps, and I think will be in H-up soon because I see villagers pulled off from food. Yeah, the H-up is in with the Naturalist, which is the more greedy H-up option, but which is appropriate since the Italian player won't be that aggressive in early game, so you can go greedy with Sweden. And all villagers go on wood, so even more greed.
yeah, just talking about the natural tendencies of these players. Opti is known for his greed. I mean, already we can see the naturalist age of his 2 villagers, 2 settle, and 2 semi-fattened cows. He loves to go for nat TPs. He loves to go water. He loves to go trading posts. So yeah, it's always scary to go late game or economically heavy versus Opti, because no matter how hard you greed, Opti will outgreed you. So it'll be
It's
interesting to see how it
It's
goes.
especially hard to go late game to go economically versus Sweden, because if you just give them the top eco, they will have the better eco for at least 10 minutes until that mines burn out. And we have seen Optimus has more than 1 extra mine cards in his deck, so he can supply his tops with more gold if needed. So yeah, the timing from Tabben has to really hit Sweden, or Sweden will just outmass everything. And another wood treasure for Tabben. Probably got already 200 wood just from treasures. H is up with the governor. So the safe the safe option, not the one where you get an extra Lombard and a villager. Could go also greedy, to be honest, against Sweden. Sweden will take the time to boom and not attack early on if you let them.
Yeah. I was just checking the matchups pretty quickly, what civs these players have used so far in the tournament. Neither has Tabben used Italy so far in EPL, nor has Optimus used Sweden so far in the EPL. So yeah, pretty
Interesting.
interesting. I think they remember it's a play all 7. You cannot repeat civs, and this map does favor playing for the mid game. Look at all the natural resources you have on the map. So yeah, that might be the reason why they choose these civs. And yeah,
I
it will be
agree.
pretty
I agree.
exciting to see.
And yeah, interesting. Maybe just take some burner sieves for the first game, and also as I said, the map kind of favors both of them. I think it favors Sweden more than Italy, but Italy
Ooh, big
really.
raid by Risotto. Yeah, thank you, Risotto, and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining in, tuning in. It is the final SKG represented by Tabin versus Hudson Bay Bigs represented by Optimus. We have game number 1 in the play all 7. And yeah, thank you for joining. Back to you, Magus.
Uffizi are on the way, and the Monte di Pieta card, so classic Italian stuff. More buildings, more big buildings, more XP income. Oh, Flo. Yeah, Steppenwolf. Thanks. Goat. And 700 wood for Sweden. So far, so classic. I think the first shipment was Dominions. So the resource shipments can be gathered by the tops if Optimus doesn't forget to switch the gather point.
Yeah, look at that top population, man. Not even 6 minutes in, and Opti is probably almost on max tops with 700 would come in, positioning his villagers there. Even going for the church in base for that extra XP. Because we did talk about the advanced church card. Do you think that'll come and play this game? Especially you got
Mm,
those
it
halberdiers, which can provide
yeah,
good siege. Could be a nice
it's
timing here.
I don't think so, because if you play with the Gustavian Guard, which is the halberdiers, the 16 halberdiers, then the card would have been sent already. You are on a tight timing with this, and since we haven't seen it in as first or second card, I don't think we will see the timing attack. Can we take a quick look at the natives? I think it's the House of Jagiellon, I think. Oh, Oldenburg. All right, so yeah, it's not that priority to get that native coast, except for the vision. That's nice. The balloon that you get with the big button.
Yeah, I don't think Opti needs more tops right now. We'll look at the timing of H3 by Italy. I think 6 minutes and he was already clicking up. Has Italy sent the advanced politician, or is he waiting to send that card when he goes H4 possibly? Meanwhile, Opti, look at that 190 top pop,
Now
even
Engelsberg, which doubles the coin get rate of tops, so they are powerful now when this card gets through. And we have a front villager to top the mine, but could also build a sneaky front base.
Can we just look at the fog of war? Has either player even scouted their, opponent's base or the
Ah,
age up?
Optimus hasn't. Tabben has also not done.
It's like,
Both
it's
both are
NR10.
playing their own game. Enemy, what enemy? I don't know of an enemy. Sweden and Italy just living in the first fight. Yeah, that gets harassed by the Italian explorer and has to retreat.
Do we even have a
Now the
military
Swedish
building in this
explorer
game yet?
now Sweden sees the base of Italy. Sees
So the
all the
first barracks going
it's
up at 8 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
I
That too from Tabben.
find it kind of peculiar how Tabben built his Lombards. Usually you build them like a wall in front of your base because they are quite tanky and are big, so you cover much ground with them, but he built them on the side where an attack is the most unlikely, so it's a kind of bit of a waste of space.
Yeah,
And he has them.
pretty
He
good
has
macro from Tabben there. Ooh, Optimus scouting the forward TC. Can we look at Opti? Is he also macroing for an age 4 or is he looking for a timing? So yeah, 2 Falconet,
I don't think
Territorial
that Opti is
timing.
going H4. Opti is in H3 and will just spam units. Wildhaven will be able to H pretty much any second now. And
Yeah.
building some spies. Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's always good to snipe the hero, especially in Age 4, because they get that pesky crack shot ability. And,
Yeah.
you can stealth your spies, get some good line of sight. But yeah, I think Opti desperately needs an artillery foundry, though. I don't think 2 Falconets is going to cut it versus Italy.
No,
I think you would definitely need some culverins and more artillery, though.
as soon as the paper bombards are out, those two Falcons are completely outmatched. And yeah, this battle of the heroes, the first death of the game, the Swedish explorer goes down versus his Italian counterpart. The first Carolians march into the scene, are not upgraded yet, are H2 Carolians, so need some upgrades quickly. Because yeah, we have some papal guards.
There comes the Age of People Guards. Will Falcons get a good volley? Optimus
I
is
don't think.
retreating. I think
I
that's the
think
smart
Opti wants to hide
decision.
the Falcons. No, now he's unpacking them. and will get some good shots into the Papal Guards.
Tabben not retreating. I think that's the mistake. Can't be losing these Age of People Guards. Minutemen coming in from
Sends
the
the
back.
militia.
Look at the deflect ability on those big bad boys. Nice
Yeah,
micro
but
blow from
look at
Opti.
this.
Wow.
And Carolians are fairly good in melee attack. So this fight was absolutely in favor of Optimus.
Yeah, great trade by Optimus. Good foul control there. Waited for the second batch of Carolians before going in. I think Tabben overestimated the Papal Guards, and yeah, a nice trade. Now Optimus finally adding an artillery foundry, going
Now
for
the
the 1K
foundry
coin. Can we switch to Italy? What shipments is he sending? So there's the Papal Guards, guys.
Papal Bombards, and Bersaglieri, so the perfect counter to the Carolian, to the still H2 Carolian, I might add.
Ooh, big donation.
Yeah.
Crag, $5. Thank you. You are a true hero of the new world. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. $855 out of 1K already towards a nice next prize pool. It's your donation that sponsors these events. I know that, Magus is not a tyrant and not filling his coffers with your donation. All donations goes to ESOC. So yeah, every bit counts. Back to the game.
Exactly. We have Priest to heal up the artillery of Optimus. And the first Culverins come out.
Yeah, pretty standard,
Big
Carolian
big
artillery composition from Optimus there.
Mask Art is the composition that Sweden
Wow,
has
Italy
made.
already on 3 TCs. Tabben going full greed behind all this. Was forced to send two Papal Bombards in response. Let's see what his next shipment will be. Will it be factories to go even greedier? Or will he try to get one of the big Age 4 military shipments to hold this pressure from Sweden?
I think if the next shipment is not a military shipment, then Tabben could be in trouble because Optimus will attack soon and Optimus will have more mass and Optimus will have Culverins. So the Papal Bombards won't carry this fight for Tabben. The only thing that Tabben can rely on is the Bersaglieri and the kiting he can do with them against the Carolians, because we see no hussars to snare. So
A
I
calf
think,
switch would be pretty big bane from Opti, I
yeah,
think, because
a calf switch
there are
would
no
be
Papal
big.
Guards alive.
A
So
calf
that could
switch would
absolutely
massive.
wreck Italy.
Calf switch would absolutely be massive right now. Yeah, just 10 hussars would be enough. 10 hussars would be enough for this. We see halberdiers. Tabben expects a calf switch. Starts building halberdiers, sends 3 culverins from the home cities, so he can support his Papal Bombards. And we have 3 Culves against 3 Culves. We see the upgrade, the Culverin upgrade from the
Yeah, I
Arsenal.
love this tech from the Arsenal. It gives you extra line of sight, which is so key to these, artillery wars. Especially Italy with a defensive position, with the line of sight from its town center, might always
To
get the
get
first
the
shot in the second. And look at this, Culves inching forward. This is so tight. Optimus just making it back in time.
Ooh. That
Wow.
was right on time. Optimus saw those Culverins. And yeah, we also see military drama and the socket bayonet for the Carolians. And a nice little detail in the game is the Carolians will use the rapier in melee, but as soon as they research the socket bayonet, they will use the bayonet.
Oh, that's pretty
A
interesting.
nice little detail, yeah.
Yeah, lovely healing from the priest, the holy man, contributing to the war. And look at that Carolian mass with all the upgrades. Meanwhile, Italy is adding some halberdiers. Italy's skirmishes are
Honestly,
one of the strongest in the
I
game.
think this massive Carolians could just charge into this with the artillery.
The
behind.
problem though is, 5-speed Berserkleri with their stun ability.
Yeah, but when the Berserkleri have to retreat, the cannons can't follow because the cannons are much slower.
Ah,
But on
that
the
could
other
be
hand,
good.
there's no need to go all in for Optimus. I think he can just mass further and wait for his moment. Yes, 4
Ooh,
Falks,
first
but 1 Culp
shot from the
goes out.
Culverin.
And those are Culverin Royale, big day tank, 1 shot more, which gives Tabben the edge in the Culver. First
Caroleans finally coming in.
And
doing the
Caroleans
special charge
charge.
abilities, charging
And-
in. Halberdiers, Berserkleri, Falconets inching forward. People Bombards will absorb some of the damage. Tabben kiting in, but will lose all his artillery. And behind this, 2 Falconets still alive from Opti. That's a great
4
trade.
Falconets alive.
4 Falconets alive, wow.
4 Falconets alive, all the artillery of Tabben.
And
because
a
they
raid on
have the
top.
Caroleans in the eco. And yeah, looking at the score, Optimus slightly in the score lead. Not substantial, but slightly. Gets 2 will kills. And probably a third, yeah. And Berserkleri just watch their own villages die. And can't really engage the Caroleans because of the artillery support.
Yeah, Tabben
there
has
is-
to wait for a batch of
Yeah,
Culverins.
one
But the
small
problem
shot.
is, Caroleans with this mass from Opti and the advanced arsenal techs can just dive right in. And look at that calf switch. We
Yeah,
have 5
five-
hussars from the shipment.
5
Ooh,
hussars from the home
5
city.
halberdiers getting some shots. Will they manage to get
Yes.
a pick of a Falcon? They
One
do.
Falk, one Falk is down. Free to go. And the Caroleans are back in the eco. The villagers fight back, but the Caroleans will get 1 or 2 more kills. Before. We have an identical village account almost. That means Sweden is in the lead because we have, of course, the top eco behind. And yeah, there are 5 hussars from the home city, not upgraded yet. Maybe more will follow. We see the cavalry cuirass. We see more Kulfs for Tabben sniping the next Falconet. But the cav switch from Optimus, I think, will seal the
Yeah,
deal.
look at another raid on top. And there is no villagers from
Maybe get an
Tabben gathering
architect.
food.
He could get an architect. This is big.
Yeah, that's
But
getting
12
an architect down.
Berserkleri out of the home city. The architects are safe. 1 architect got shot down by the Caroleans. The other 2 are saved. And an architect is quite expensive. So getting architects killed is pretty nice. We see blackberries to refresh the berry. Gather it, or the capability of torps to gather food. And we see the vet upgrade for the hussars. We have 10 hussars on the field. I think, yeah, 10.
Yeah.
And
We
the
finally have
mass-
veteran hussars and we have cavalry cuirass. So
and we
those
have cav
hussars
cuirass.
are
So,
big
and
boys.
we have no anti-cav. There are no halberdiers on the side of Tabben. We see more hussars in queue. We see more Caroleans in queue. I think this next battle will be decisive, and it will be decisive for Optimus because I can't see Tabben win this against just against the hussars alone. There is no
Yeah,
anti-cav on the
that's the
field.
problem. Caroleans coming in to charge, hussars charging in, snaring everything. Caroleans going right in the face of the Berserkleris. Nice positioning though from Tabern under that choke, but Culverins are going to die. Then Falconers will be free to wreak havoc. Tabben just kiting for his life, all his villages being built in. Still a couple of hussars alive.
The
Caroleans
Culverins are
charging in,
down.
doing the damage. Ooh, clutch pop of guard halberdiers there to clean up all those hussars.
Yeah, but look at the mass of Caroleans, and I think half of the Berserkeri half-lives, so some shots in, and the mass is down, and Tabben, taps out, pun intended.
Yeah, GG. Very well played there from Opti.
Yeah, love to see it. Love to see the Carolean mass with Sweden. And wonderful first game. Can we take a quick look into the statistics? And eco maybe, yeah, we see almost double the resources for Sweden.
Yeah, there's the famous Opti greed going
Yeah, that's
full
just
top boom.
that's just full top eco with upgrades. You can't beat that. You have to contest it, or you can't beat it. yeah, almost double. And yeah, the better trade was, I think, even for Tabben, because of the counter units, because of Berserkleri, but Optimus just ran through with his mass. And beautiful first game.
Yeah, I think that first little trade where Tabben sort of sacked his papal guards on age up, that was key because after that, Carolinans coming in, charging in, and the Hussars charging in, Tabben just did not have an answer for that. And even if you take even trades with Opti's eco on steroids, the top eco going all in, it was just the remas was just too good for Optimus.
Yeah,
And yeah,
definitely.
very well played. Game
It's
number one goes
it's
to Opti and the Hudson Bay Bigs.
it's as we said at the beginning, booming, going late game, going industrial against Sweden gives Sweden the time to build up the eco that Sweden wants, and then it's really hard to fight them. And yeah, that's what and Optimus played it clean. Optimus played it greedy, and that won him the first game. And I'm oh, we're already going to game number 2. Yeah, we already have game number 2 ready. Yeah, uh, we have the
So the map,
states. We have
so the map
India,
makers is Painted Desert. So
painted desert.
no
We have
TP map and
India for Optimus, and Dutch for Tabben. So 2 classic civs for no TP maps.
oh yeah, I love this matchup personally. And
All right, we can
yeah, let's
go in
dive right in.
here and just go in with no further delay.
So yeah, we have Tabben spawning in the south of the map, Painted Desert, playing his classic Dutch, and we have Optimus spawning in the north of the map in the color red, playing his India. I have to say one of my favorite matchups. One of my two of my favorite players, each playing one of their best serves. So yeah, I'm very excited for this matchup, Megas. We already have Optimus's India getting 2 quick wood treasures, which are absolutely essential for India. Remember, the
Which
map is
is
Painted
definitely
Desert. You have like I think 8 to 9 cows, and India really benefits from these cows. So Tabin being pretty smart, already positioning his hero and is starting onward to get steal some of those cows from India.
yeah, it's imperative on such maps to get the livestock before India gets it. And yeah, it's we have what I don't play any of those civs. Have you thoughts on the matchup?
Yeah, I think you can play it 2 ways. I think Dutch is the more reactive serve in this matchup. So Optimus can go for his classic greed with the Karnimata H2, and both sieves have a very strong eco. The point is, Dutch does have a quicker boom with those 4 to 5 banks potentially if they decide to go for greed. But India will eventually outscale with better units and higher economy as they keep scaling better than Dutch. But if Opti decides to drop down an Agra fort, then it's all about the Dutch turtle. How can Tabin defend that pressure? But I just have to point out, man, excellent treasure gathering by Optimus so far. Can you just have a quick look at other treasures? Splitting both his heroes, getting I think 2 wood treasures and couple of food treasures already.
Yeah.
Now coin treasure
We'll
and
have
an
to
XP treasure.
fight. We'll have to fight over the treasure in the corner right there. But he gets the cow at least. And yeah, there is the envoy, there is the other explorer, and his explorer is less than half-life, so yeah, running away is the way to go. Doesn't want to lose the cow, but
Yeah,
maybe
doesn't
yeah,
want to
he killed
lose
it,
a
he killed it
hero
because
either.
yeah, he
Yeah,
killed the cow
Tabin right on
because
the.
he couldn't keep it. 4 cows for Tabben, and we have only one for two for Optimus. It seems. Yeah, the third one he had to execute in order to not lose it to the enemy. So Tabben was quite efficient with his cow hunting.
Yeah, I think Optimus will barely, survive with this hero on the north of the map. Remember, it has zero 0.5 speed more. Earlier, it was stuck in a corner and losing a lot of HP. Finally, managed to save it. Almost 800 food. Let's see what Wonder Optis drops down. I think he's a
We have
Kanimata enjoyer through and through. But let's
I've
see.
yeah, I out of those two possibilities, I'd prefer the Kanimata that you
And
presented.
yeah,
I
there it
prefer
is,
the
Magus.
Kanimata. Yeah, and
Uh,
Dutch deck.
Pretty standard
Yeah,
decks, actually.
That Dutch deck looks really, really standard with the church card, with the militia. Nope. Yeah, we have no bank card in H1. We have the town militia card, and the India deck is also, I think, quite standard. I don't see anything that we have 700 food. Yeah, no
No
700.
700 wood,
No
though.
700
Yeah.
wood. Yeah.
Wow,
What's up
that's
with that?
yeah,
What's
that's
up with that? All right.
yeah.
That's kind of weird. No 700 wood. Why would you not want that?
Yeah, that's interesting. I think Opti is an wood trickle enjoyer, and I
Optic
think
got
he
yeah,
feels
but
that he can get away with the big
it
wood trickle
still
300 export probably.
it still doesn't hurt to have 700 wood in your deck,
I agree. I have to
even
agree with
if you
that.
go for the trickles.
Tabben
We have
Tabben
all
doing a good job scouting the wonder. Tabben himself, an India player as well, so he knows it's imperative to scout the wonder. Now he knows that Optimus is going for greed, so he can safely get away with an early bank boom. Now the question will be how many banks will Tabben go for before he feels safe, and whether he'll go for only for banks or will he try to add a cheeky stable or barracks just to hold some pressure off in H2.
that's the question, right? That's the question, yeah. Will he go for 4 banks or will he be greedy with 5?
Yeah, let's see the first shipment. Will it be bank wagon or 700 wood? 700 wood it is. So I smell like a 3 to 4 bank boom going on. Can we look at Optimus's base? Will he go okay?
We have
Right
already
away he goes for the consulate and
yeah,
300
complete.
export. I think it's going to be the Ottoman villagers and full greed from Opti.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Ottoman with the villages. Just to get another economic lead. Also early market. And yeah. The question is, yeah, if Tabben decides to build a stable, will yeah, Chosen, our trusty producer, just pointed out that Optimus scouted everything except tap space.
Yeah, I think he was busy trying to heal his India monk. It was quite low HP, and you need those bad boy elephants in the main fights. But yeah, I think now Optimus finally going to get some scouting information. He needs to see if Dutch is adding a cheeky stable or is Dutch going full greed like Tabin seems to for now.
Right
I,
now,
I,
no military building inside. Market gets up. Only 2 banks for now. But
Imperial bureaucracy at 5 minutes, Magus.
damn, son. Imperial bureaucracy. All right. You have money. I get it.
I think these players, before the tournament games, they had like a handshake. Let's see who's the greediest of them all. Mirror, mirror
Yeah,
on the wall, who's the
right
greediest
now
of
it
them
is
all?
Optimus getting the 4 villagers out of the Ottoman consulate while being housed. Needs to get another house ASAP. And
Meanwhile, fourth
we
bank
see the
coming
fourth
in.
bank. We see the fourth bank for Tabben.
Yeah, and I think he's going to buy wood. And our producer chosen just itching for Tavern to buy that 100 wood, which he does right now. And we'll have Dutch with 5 banks before 6 minutes, and
Five
we have
banks and no
Optimus.
military building. Tabben also went the greedy route.
So let's just do some quick math here, Mega. So we have what 18 villagers and 5 banks. 5 banks is what around 20 villagers on coins. So we have like 38 villagers
Yeah,
for Tabin. Meanwhile, Optimus, we do have I think better market upgrades. We have
And with
24 villagers and 2 trickles and the Karnimata. So
yeah,
25 villagers, let's say 10% on the Karnimata, that's another 3, that's like 28. And we have 2 big trickles, which are like, let's say another 6 villagers. So
yeah.
our Dutch is slightly ahead in economy,
Oh, we
but
have only one
again,
trickle. We have only one trickle. We have only one trickle.
wait, oh, we only have
Foreign
one
logging
trickle.
is not sent.
My bad, my bad. Oh,
But
nice
yeah,
ASAPs coming
come
in.
get some with the quick maps here. We see the 6 Baghdad ASAP out of the consulate.
That's a nice unit, honestly, because they even shadow take in H3. They are pretty versatile. They can read with any potential H2 raids because Dutch does like to add in a stable sometimes. So yeah,
Yeah,
nice unit. Both will go
yes.
for an FF build. Opti sending 700 coin. Dutch also macroing for that H3. I think
Both will
Vegas,
probably
the
age up fight at similar times.
oh, nice. They're killing the envoy to deny some of the scouting information to Tabben. I think one thing I feel about this matchup is,
No, they could punch. What? No, don't send the villager away. Kill the envoy with it. Alright, the envoy is dead. The
uh,
envoy is dead. Alright.
look at one of those ASAPs in melee mode trying to snare the hero. They look so goofy when they change their stances sometimes. Look at that close up with their shield and their spear. Such a cool unit though.
Holding the spear axe thingy. A little bit weird, yeah.
But yeah, let's see what Wonder Opti is going up with. Azab's trying to get some cheeky raiding in Charminar Gate. So yeah, pretty standard. That gives you the one Mahout on age up. Meanwhile, Dutch aging up with exile pins, fast age up. 600 road coming in, setting up his infrastructure. Now the question in my mind is, will Tabin go for more greed, send 1k word, get more infrastructure down, complete his market techs, or will he elect to, put some pressure on Opti with like 5 Hussar or 9 Reuters here?
I think we will see some pressure. I think we will see some pressure. We see the first skirmishers in queue. The Indian explorer goes down. Yeah, shipment is ready. Temp will be able to send immediately a shipment when he has aged up. And it is. Alright, it is. Alright, you were right, it is greedy. It is greed. More greed. We see only greed in this series. 1,000 wood. Which makes me wonder, will Optimus be more aggressive once he has reached the Fortress Age?
Yeah, I'm very interested to see, Optimus's unit composition. Will he go for a second racks and some elephants? Will he add a stable and go the classic Gurkha Zamburak or the Skirm Goon composition?
I
India
think
is just so
in
flexible with
early
unit choices.
H3, Mahout is the best unit he can go for, because as long as the Ritter mass is not big, they can't really kill those tanks. But we see Mansabdar Gurkha, we see more Gurkha. And yeah, we see Ruiter in Skirmisher for the Dutch. So classic Dutch Skirm Goon composition. I think Dutch will need some halberds later on if the elephant mass gets bigger. Because the Ritter just is not that powerful of a unit in itself, if not the mass. If you don't have the mass. But on the other hand, we will see if Optimus will choose to use the Mahout.
Yeah. Optimus training a Mansabdar Gurkha. Basically, these Mansabdar units are bonus from the Wanda. They will boost the stats of all similar units. So the Mansabdar Gurkha will boost all Gurkha stats by 10%. So that's why we see those bad boys at 127 HP. And meanwhile, Optimus is researching veterancy on them as well. So I think India and Dutch both have one of the best H3 skirmishers in the game. They both have a couple of cards, Mansabdar Gurkha. India can even go British Consulate to beef up their skirmisher HP. Both sips going skirm heavy. Let's
The only
see
thing
who
is,
comes out on top.
that they have less range than their Dutch counterparts, and Dutch also have free upgrades for the H3 skirmishes. So
True, true. I think it's
uh,
pretty close.
yeah, obviously 500 wood in the bank for Tabben. Will he build another town center with that? Or what's the plan? We see skirms from home city. We see Moruita. Yeah, Optimus not fearing enemy cavalry, just fielding Gurkha, and now the first Samburak is in the in production, and
Yeah.
Tabben probably feels quite confident and will attack soon because the mass of skirmish and Ritter is not weak. I'd say. And we have the vet upgrade for the Hussars in queue, so we will see some Malekith. The 500 woods that Tabben had in the bank is now gone, and I don't quite know what he used it on.
I think he just spent it on houses and veterancy on his hussars.
Yeah, sure, 200 for the veterancy, of course.
I look at that Tabben playing it so safe, sending his hero forward to scout the Indian composition so he does not get, caught out with like a random 3 Mahout Lancer unit shipment. Meanwhile, Optimus now,
Yeah, we have
yeah, I
some.
think it's lagging a little bit. Uh, okay, seems fine now.
Looks fine again.
Yeah, meanwhile, Optimus sending the British East India Company card, which boosts Gurkha and Sepoy HP and attack by 10%. So that's a pretty strong card. It's basically sort of like a nerfed infantry combat.
Yeah, also the
Uh,
Sova. It's also for the melee
that's true.
camel riders. And we have the vet upgrade for the Sambarak. So everything
Can we
is
just
now.
compare
Yeah,
skirmishes
for 5.
stats then?
But more in queue, more Samsa in queue, so the vet upgrade will
Wow. So the
use.
Indian
And we have the
skirmishers
skirm
right
part.
now just outclassing the Dutch skirmishers. But look at that 10 hussars, a batch of 10 hussars in queue for Optimus.
Yeah, I
That
think
could be
Tab
big.
should not stand and fight. He should use the extra range he has with his skirms. But the Ritter go in, take the shot at one explorer, and now run out with 3 Ritters lost, so probably not the best trade. We have the Hussars now, 10 Hussars, which are also veteran, and we have the Mansabdat Samburak in queue, will soon join his fellow man, and by the power of style will buff their stats.
Yep. Look at that swag, that elephant riz. But I'm slightly worried for Opti. That 15 has to be very scary.
Yeah, but
Optimus right
Opti
now just
also
has
with the Mahout shipment will also have some melee cav, and we have Ottoman Expeditionary Company, so a few Delhi Rumeliots. So also a kind of cav switch for Optimus.
yeah.
Yeah, Optimus sacrifices his up in order
Instantly goes back. He sees the
spot the
Hussar.
calf. Yeah,
That's
he
vital scouting
instantly
information. That's a scary match
pulls
from
back.
Dutch.
He needs to get he needs to be really careful because that's quite a mess of Hussars and he has not that many Sams.
Yeah, and remember, Zamburaks are like Reuters. They are not the most. They are not the strongest units. They are basically one pop units. So yeah, 10 of them are definitely not enough to deal with Hussar mass. But
And another
Optimus,
double patch Hussars. This could be decisive if they can connect.
yeah, Optimus wisely hiding
It's
behind
just
the
8
cover of his
Hussars.
Indian base, behind all the Mughal architecture, behind the wonders. I think
22.
he'll be
22 Hussars for Tabben and Kev Combat on the way, so Optimus needs to step up his anti-Cav game, or he will be just overrun.
We have 24 Sams, so 1 Sambarak for 1 Hussar basically, and the Hussar is a 2-pop unit. And some got
So many Zambaraks to free there.
yeah, some got sniped.
And Tabben
Oh!
he is going in.
The Hussars
Drag
charge
walking
in.
the Hussars forward on the painted desert. Zambarak pushes nicely. Elephants trying to block the Hussars. Skirmishes
But
trying
the
to.
Hussars are blocked by the Ruiter! They have to run around!
My.
That's
They're
not
not
the
the
best
best
engagement for
starting.
Tabben. The Hussars were blocked by their own army. Another double batch Hussars in queue. Some villagers on the front line will be sniped by the Hussars. But the battle rages on. Hussars are in the Gurkha mass. And
I think still a pretty good trade for Tabben. Not the best, but the 3 Mahout lances coming in. Reuters now coming finally.
yeah, but this
to
is not.
deal with
I thought those are not that many Ruiters either. Alright, the first mount goes down. But the Mahouts are alone, the army is following. They're isolated now. They die because there's no supporting fire. 3 Mahouts basically wasted in this fight.
Yeah.
And now we
remember
have
that Optimus has lost like 6 villagers on the front line. Tabben still going in with the reinforcing batch of Hussars. Ooh, the
Another
Gurkhas
2
getting
Mahouts.
caught behind the buildings. Another big shipment of Mahout. This is like a back and forth cap switch by both the players. But I think Tabben just has enough mass to deal with this.
Yeah, we have the irregulars and the militia trying to reinforce, but Tabben pulls out of the battle. Optimus
Is there a
has
raid? Is there a raid in Tabben's villagers? Look at Tabben villagers count, just 23 villagers. So
Oh, the
Oh, man.
Rumeliot on a killing spree. At the base of Tabben, now 3 veteran Hussars to combat them.
And the game is actually dead even while Optimus lost like 6 villagers on the front line. He equalized with a clutch Rumeliot raid in Tabben's base. Wow.
We have the elephant marching forward menacingly. Both get shot down without the army reinforcing. Both are more or less out of heavy cav.
Yeah, the both have used up their big cav swing shipments, and now it's about the skirmisher war. And I think Optimus skirmishes are definitely better than Dutch, but couple of Hussars
Yeah, but
still
look at the
there.
mass. Look at the mass. Tabben has more mass on the field right now. And the skirmisher of Optimus are not that healthy anymore. And there are 2 Hussars, and they don't do much, but they do enough by tanking the shots. And the Gurkha mass is dwindling.
Yeah, and even the Mansabdar Gurkha has been dealt with. And remember, Optimus will now struggle with coin. Tabben has a slight military lead with which he can, establish himself on the map again. Optimus has run out of coin mines for now.
Yeah, the mines he has are both on the front, so he can't just gather there without being harassed constantly. We
Yeah,
see
look at the score gap now.
we
Maybe.
see the intervention card shipped. I think is Optimus still with the Ottomans, or is it has it a British consulate now? Still Ottomans, so more heavy cav. And he's training Mahout. We have
Yeah, the new Mansabdar unit also trained from the Chamina Gate just perished to the skirmisher fire. And yeah, this does not feel enough stuff from Optimus. The Rumeliot badge from the intervention will come in, but I think there are enough Reuters to deal with it.
yeah, the
Yeah,
Reutermass
Rumeliot
is
coming
the
in.
Reutermass is definitely quite substantial. And if you look at the score, we have a lead of 3,000 points for Tabben. So I think the writing is on the wall if Optimus cannot pull off his famous Optimagic right now. The Rumeliots go down to the Reuter, and we have, I guess, 10 Gurkha left, 10, 12 Gurkha, which is not enough for those 2 Hussars. they will go down as well. And I think, yeah, the score lead
These are
has...
Calf Combat Hussars and Reuters behind all this.
Those hussars are tanky. And yeah, this is game for Tabben.
Wow.
Yeah, villager count. Yeah, see.
Look at that
That
Rumelio
raid.
trade.
God
Oh
damn
my
it.
god.
Yeah, if Tabben had not the military lead at this point, this would have been game for him. But he had more military. Yeah, he had more military, and this momentum carried him even after losing so many villages. And all resources gathered. We see the banks, 5 banks do their job pretty
Yeah,
well.
as they say, Megas, 5 banks, good unit. 5 banks, 1k good greed coming in clutch. I think Tabben had that perfect timing with his macro. He had that critical mass of units, had 10 minutes, and that 15 Hussar cap switch. Oh man, I almost thought it would be game right then and there. But little bit of pathing issues, good disengagement from Opti, made it close. Then Opti had his own 3 Mahout Lancers coming on the field. So a little bit of back and forth with those early H3 trades, but just Tabben just had the slightly better economy, slightly better remass, and then Opti was pushed away from the mines, and yeah, just Tabben rode the military momentum into the equalizer here, 1 each for both.
Yeah, I think if the fight had gone better for Tabben, the one where the Hussars were not pathing the way you like to, I think the game would have been over then and there. It's the Hussar mass was too big, and the only thing that saved Optimus at the moment was that half of the mass was running circles in the back row. Were not on the front line where they needed to be.
Yep. Always remember, ladies and gentlemen, Cav switch is a double-edged sword. It can make or break games. But I have to say, man, I love the Romeo trade. I was about to call it GG for Optimus, but that 10 villager raid almost, made him come back in the game. But alas, Tabben dealing with it patiently and still had the bigger remass.
Lord Grigor subscribed.
Oh, I almost thought you said Igor, but yeah, thank you,
Igor.
Lord Grigor, for the subscription. What are the players saying in the comment? Yep, they are calling out the big raid. Yep, a lot of stuff from Dutch.
Yeah, we have the matchup for game 3, Tabben with China versus Optimus with Spain. So the game should start any minute now.
Okay, so I think the first game went to Optimus. So Tabben counterpicked Opti's India with his Dutch. So now Optimus counterpicking Tabben's China with Spain. How do you feel about that?
I think this matchup will be really, really hard for Tabben.
I agree.
Lancer are such a crazy unit against China with the cheap group. We're ready to go in, yeah, I think.
Yeah, take it away, Megas.
And we are in the third game on Pomerania. Is the map with, in blue, Optimus with the Spanish versus Tabben in red with the Chinese. And as I said before going into this, I think this matchup will be a really, really hard one for Tabben. Lancers are such... Another subscription by sales. Thank you and welcome here. If Tabben wins, I'm subbing. I'll take you on your word. I take you on your word.
Interesting. Optimus not trying to go for the early trading post, instead trying to go for the early treasures. Can we look at Optimus? Is he dropping a market? Nope. He is saving
90
the
food
200
treasure.
wood. So yeah, I think he is trying to get the treasure first. Then he'll go and build the TP.
Yeah,
How do you feel about that, Magus? Potentially missing our trading post pass
I
for a faster treasure.
I think it's fine. There
Mhm.
are some philosophies with Spain that you build the trade post when you are in the transition instead of in H1 to get the H up as fast as possible. He will still build it, but this 90 food will make his H up substantially faster. We have the decks. It is an anti-water deck. I like to see it. We have 700 food again in H2. Full H2, full H3 with Spain. But nothing too crazy. China started with the TP, gets a wood treasure now. For 45 wood.
Magus, another reason I love this matchup is,
And has not built a village yet, is building it now, so right on time before getting housed. And the first shipment gets in, it's the consulate wagon, the tea export, which is also quite standard for China.
Yeah, pretty strong card right there. I was just saying, Megas, another reason I love this matchup is both explorers have their, either the pet or the disciple. So
Yeah,
both have pretty strong heroes. Interesting China deck.
China deck.
Seems like a FF into FI deck potentially does have that infamous warship Fuquan rather than that a full land deck from China.
Yeah, and we have the greater migration in H4, which is also it's quite an eco card for the late game. We will see if we will get there. Honestly, I think this game will be fought out in H3, and I also think this game will be less greedy than the last two.
Mhm.
I think it will be much earlier when the first shots will be fired in this one.
I agree. I think traditionally this matchup is going to be explosive fast fortress from both players.
Yeah,
But I think Opti is going to turn that meta over its head. And I believe, just judging by Optimus's deck, is that he'll go for some H2 play, potentially some Musk Husk timing or Cav raids into House of Trashtomara and H3 potentially, because he does not have Spanish gold in his deck. So it'll be very
you know
interesting to
what?
see
You know what?
what he does. Yeah.
I would not hate to see this. I would actually like to see this. Yeah, I think Spain is a bit one-sided with FF all the time. We see food crates for China from the French consulate, so China will do an FF. So yeah, maybe Optimus will do some H2 shenanigans, and I'd be in for that if that happens. H2 Mascas is something I really enjoy to play and enjoy to see. We have the H-up with the Summer Palace, yeah, creating a thick wall and a choke point with the mine and the consulate. So hard to crack the space if Optimus decides to attempt it. And yes, herds the next herd into the base.
Yeah, interesting. Tabben going H2 with the Summer Palace, which will give him one batch of units and 300 food upon aging. Optimus, on the other hand, can we see his age up? Is it the governor or is he going for something else?
It's
The
naturalist,
naturalists, yeah.
so actually, again a greedy matchup, and we have on this map we have the House of Vasa. I don't think any of those will go for that, but we have the House of Vertin, and Vertin has a tech that makes your age up cheaper, the marriage policy. And imagine having that tech in combination with House of Trastamara.
We have the first dock in the series. I think in EPL we have not seen too many. Oh, treasure contention, possibly potential treasure contention. China monk with the Shaolin
190
master is on low HP, and look at that Tabin leaving the treasure and trying to save his hero, which he knows is crucial. Uh, Opti
But
will get the
also the Explorer of Optimus has not much HP left. but will get the treasure because the Chinese monk is too far gone from the treasure.
Yeah. Will Tabben Egypt? Ooh, clutch Egypt. As I think the Shaolin Master was on like 20 HP, but the Egypt came just in time.
Optimus didn't collect the treasure. Optimus didn't collect the treasure. It's still there. He wants to go for the kill, which he won't get. The dog died. Someone called Peter. Yeah, there's one wolf left. Wolf maybe. Or coyote. Nah, wolf. We are in Europe for the 90 coin treasure. And first shipment for Optimus is 700 wood. And Tabben 700 coin, 700 wood. So goes for the straight FF.
Let's relook at Optimus Greed version 3 with Spain. He went for 3 villages, capitalism, starting trading post. Now 700 wood into 5 villages,
Yeah.
aged up with 2 villagers and 2 cows, even added a dog,
Alright,
and is
he's
making more fishing boats.
going onto water, builds a stable now.
And
But it-
native post, the one you like, Megus, the one with the marriage politics.
No, that's the Vasa post where he's standing. So not the one with the American
Okay.
politics. It's the one with
Is this the one with the tops?
with the tops,
Oh,
and you get with the big button better getter rates, especially for buildings that generate resources. So not the best big button for Spain, but still nice. There's the one in the south would be the Wettin post with the marriage policy. That would be fun to see in combination with House of Trastamara. But H3 with Tabben, and it is the Confucian Academy.
I think Tabben is expecting a lot of pressure. Tabben has not scouted what Optimus is doing because his hero is on low HP. He knows that if Spain is going for an FF, he probably needs the Confucian Academy, which grants him the 10 skirmishes upon Egypt. So
Yeah.
Tabben playing, not playing that greedy, not going for the
And
traditional coast tower.
builds his barracks in the choke point, which I kinda don't like that much because the villagers gathering the coin on the mine will have troubles pathfinding when running away from an attack and will probably be killed. And Optimus in his greed gets the 4 torps. Which gather resources for him, but also he won't have to fear getting housed for the next few minutes.
Optimus
has-
on 32 wills, on 1 coin trickle, on 1 trading post, and on 4 tops at 6 minutes 30 in the game. Man, Optimus's builds are crazy. Let's see what those 4 hussars can do. If they can do some damage. Tabben's
don't-
base building has been very, very on point. though.
Yeah, I don't think that they will find much damage within the base. Well, except the mine in front of it, where the villagers might have some pathing issues. But first, Hussar gets down. We have the sentries. We have the war dogs, which are absolutely busted.
I think this is a fine trade for Tabben, especially with the hero, with the sentries.
Yeah, Tabben can. Yeah, I think Tabben has. Yeah, it was a favorable trade for Tabben, for sure.
Even getting the
Especially-
Spanish hero. Wow.
Yeah, that's important. That's so important. And also the hussars didn't find any damage. There was not a single kill on not a single villager
Wait,
killed with the
Opti
hussars.
queuing more units? Is Opti staying H2? Can we have a look at Optimus's point of view
He
there?
has trained some Vasa skirmishes, which is kinda mad. The Royal Arquebussier's biggest trait is being tanky, and that's a thing you usually
and
don't
Tabben's going
want
to
in a
clean them up
skirmisher.
for free.
They don't have range, they don't have that much damage, that tanky skirms, which is not that best thing in the world. And we have 5 meteor hammers for Tabben. So Tabben is in the lead. Optimus can age now. Will do that. With probably, yeah, the scout for the 4 hussars.
Wang Lang lives again with like 20 HP. First he lived versus the dog in age 1. Now he survives the 4 hussars.
That's the
Tabben loves
power.
to play with fire.
Yeah, that's a typical China army. Just a little bit of every unit.
I think Optimus is following China into age 3. What is Optimus aging with here?
With the
I
scout,
think.
with the 4 hussars.
Oh, okay. I actually like it, Mingus. I think some players do like making more hussars, and you can even queue wet hussars in age 3 because lancers don't do that well versus the Chinese cav. So while hussars are like an all-round cav which do fine versus other cavalry and versus skirmishers. So yeah, I like this decision from Opti personally.
I think cav is the way to go. We have not much anti-cav. Half of the anti-cav that's on the field, all of it has 1 HP left because they're the sentries. And yeah, now we see some Zhang Daos, but if we see the Lancer shipments as soon as Optimus is in H3, those Zhang Daos won't do that much against them. And sieging down the trade post, I don't like that, to be honest, because that gives Optimus time. I think Tabben should have just push. But should, yeah, it's kind of too late, honestly. I think Tabben should have pushed.
So I think Tabben
Escalations
was
with
waiting for
French.
his 10 Changdao shipment because he didn't want to be caught without anti-cap. But you're absolutely right. He's just giving Optimus that much more time, uh, especially with all the greedy eco he has behind this.
Yeah. Alright, Chosen asks what happens when intervention gets sent without having a consul, a European nation chosen. It stays in reserve, and as soon as you choose to have relations with a nation, then you get the shipment of troops.
Right.
So you don't lose the shipment if you don't have the consulate. But it is timed perfectly. The British consulate is in, and we will see some red coats coming out of the front village.
That's a pretty
And
scary China mass,
have-
because how does Opti
yeah,
deal
but
with all that?
the Hussar mass of
Cav
Optimus.
combat and Cav HP. Optimus the madman, not even going for a military shipment in age 3. He is going full hussars and Cav combat and Cav HP behind this.
We
This is
see
not a team game,
Spanish
Optimus.
skirmishes. When was the last time you see Spanish skirmishes this early in a game? Because I don't see that often. You usually see rods, maybe muskets.
Tabben
skirmish
desperately wants to kill these villagers. Optimus sending
those-
Minutemen, one batch of skirmishers, veteran hussars in place, Cav combat is in place. That's a lot of hussars.
I think the hussars can just fight this head on. Honestly, they can just fight this. The villagers will die, which is a tragedy, but the hussars can just fight this.
Yeah, not enough anti-cap from China, and we do say that China's weakness in H3 is lack of good anti-cap. And look at this,
Hussars! Let's go!
Optimus mono-comping hussars versus a 2.2k elo China player and coming out ahead. Oh man,
Yeah,
this is just Optimagic all over again.
That's Optimagic, the monocomp hussars challenge. And now it's just skirmishes left. And yeah, they dead. They dead.
Wow, wow. I feel terrible to be a Chinese arquebusier right now. Getting mauled by dogs and Cap Combat Hussars. Meanwhile, behind this, even after losing those villages, Optimus's eco is probably as good as China, if not better. Look at the score difference. Let's see what Stabben's reaction is. Manchu. Wow. I was about to say Manchu is probably the only thing that can save Tabben.
shipment. Manchu is the right shipment, but it might be too late if Optimus chooses to march on. But he chooses to siege their village, which I think is. I mean, I don't dislike it because you're getting rid of a shipment point, but still you want to.
I think Tabben wanted to bait the Hussars into the village where the Manchu were going to pop. But I think Opti is going to clean the rest of the China mass before the Manchu come in.
Yeah, I mean the Manchu will do their job because there are almost no skirmishes to really be scary. But I think that the momentum is still on the
I
side
think
of
with the
Optimus.
dogs, with the skirmishers, with the reinforcing batch, I think even Opti can even deal with the Manchu, and he's training more dogs behind
I
this.
mean, yeah, we have Kev combat, we have so the Hussars will tank. Alright, yeah, alright. I'm eating my words. The Hussars tank this shit. The skirms will do the rest, and I don't see how Tabben can win this game now. More war dogs on the way. Yeah, 5 war dogs pop out of the Explorer. Don't ask where they came from. They here and they are angry. The score is surprisingly close.
Nice pop off the Changdao from the village, but yeah, I think Opti doing a good job drag boxing, putting the dogs in front. Skirmishers, still enough skirmishers to one shot the Changdao and the Manchu from the back.
Is putting the Hussars in front to fight the Zhangdaos because the Hussars can tank the damage.
Can we have a look at the Hussar stats though? Are they triple carded by this point? 480 HP, 40 damage, wow.
And 2 Falcons are following. And with the 2 Falconets, the Optimus has the siege to get rid of the base of Tabben. The War Dogs do what they do best, maul some poor conscript.
Again, nice drag boxing and rearranging of the units from Optimus. This is the problem with China, you know. He constantly is training one batch of units, sending one shipment, and Optimus just keeps on cleaning it up. And behind this, Optimus just has the better economy and the stronger units. Ooh, lag spike.
Oh,
Sorry for that,
no,
ladies and
I don't think
gentlemen.
it's a lag. I think it's the other thing that happens. That the game just stops. Yeah, the game just stopped, but I think it is clear who won this. I'm gonna look for confirmations. Yeah, Optimus won the third game.
Yeah, we have
Optimus-
a confirmation from the players. But wow.
Yes, confirmed it.
I'm at a loss for
I would have been highly surprised if Tabben had won this game for some reason. Yeah, it's Opti comes back 2-1 against him with a highly favorable matchup, I think. And now it is Tabben's time to counterpick again.
I think it was looking quite good for Tabben at one point, you know. He
I
had
think Tabben
dealt with the
should have-
first 4 Hussars. He had a good mass of units coming in. He had the red course from the forward village. But I think he just didn't scout Opti's unit composition and was just caught with his pants down versus all those Hussars.
I really think that Tabben wasted his momentum. He should have just pushed through when Optimus still was in H2 or in the H up to H3. And yeah, when Tabben had the mass, I mean, Optimus of course had some hussars, in his base, but H2 hussars without Cav combat would have been much more easier to fight than the H3 hussar mass with Cav combat.
Yeah, that's an excellent point, Magus. I think Tabin spent a little too much time on sieging that trading post. And remember that Spain goes to H3 with the slowest politician. So maybe Tabin could have poked a little bit more. But I have to say, I have never seen monocomp Hussar with Cap Combat Z moving the China Death Wall. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was a sight to behold. I think that moment should be clipped for sure.
Yeah, this was Optimus pulled in 180 and charged kinda as cosplaying as the Mongolian horde with his massive hussars. The Spanish scourge falling upon China.
Yep. The conquistadors, the Spanish conquistador cavalry regiment, just
Yeah.
sweeping the Chinese ragtag army on the
Yeah.
map. So we're just waiting for a couple of minutes before we can go into game number 4. The map is Lithuania.
And Tabben is USA and Optimus is China. Right. We have our producer back, so maybe I think the game already started. We will diving in any second now. We have already said we have the matchup USA versus China, and I think this could, yeah, is in the favor of USA, because Gatlings go brr against the China massive cheap infantry. And against the Chinese cavalry, you have the rifle rider, not the rifle rider, the carbine calf. That's the name, which is also really fun. Yeah. Please update the score in the overlay. We still have the 1-1. Nice.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for game number 4 between Optimus and Tabin. We have Optimus this time playing the China civilization in the color blue, spawning in the north of the map, Lithuania, and we have his opponent, Tabin, playing USA, spawning in the south of the map in the color red. Both players will probably go for the early trading posts with the heroes. Yep, they are going for that. And pretty interesting map. You got a lot of chokes in the middle. You have got a lot of trading posts, and whenever you choose USA on a higher trading post map, Megas, what's coming.
Optimus already picked the last game, so maybe we will see again the 4 top shipment. And we have another leg, it seems. But yeah, I think this. Alright. I think this matchup is in favor of USA, as I said before. USA has
Yeah,
really
I have
strong
to agree.
dynamics, really powerful counter units to what makes China strong. The Gatling against the infantry mass, the carbine calf against the strong cavalry. So really hard. If Optimus needs to snowball with the Chinese death ball, or it will be really hard against the USA. And we see the
Right.
Chinese immigrants.
How do you deal with China death ball? You either go Spain Cav Combat Hussars, or you take the USA and go Spain Cav Combat Hussars, or you take the USA and go Chinese immigrants yourself.
Yeah.
So, how to deal with China? Go Chinese immigrants.
I think we need to restart the game.
Yeah, sorry for the disruption, guys. I think we are having some
Yeah, I think we need to
DE
restart.
issues. I think we're still offline, chosen. Okay, I'll just refresh. Okay, we're right back. You're right.
I think. Um,
So yeah, pardon the disruption, ladies and gentlemen. We are back into game number 4. We'll do a cheeky fast forward for the first couple of minutes. Just recapping the action, we have game number 4 here. Tabben counterpicking Optimus' China with his USA. We have both the heroes starting with the early trading post. The map is Lithuania. And yeah, I think we're probably going to see some Chinese immigrant actions from China, and we'll have to see how Opti answers that.
my question is, we will see Chinese immigrants, but will we see Scottish immigrants as well? Will we see the Scots timing or not? Could be
I think,
strong against China. Could be really
yeah,
strong against China.
I think especially if China goes for the traditional French consulate build that's in vogue these days,
Yeah.
instead of the Russian blockhouse, it can be a little bit hard to deal with that 8-9 Highlander push, especially if USA also goes for a stable. So I think you can have like a 8 Highlander 5 Hussar push early in H2, and that can be pretty
Can we
hard for
can
China to
we
deal with.
take a quick look into the American deck to see if the Scots are there? Yeah, they're there. The Scots are there. The Seminoles are there. We have the advanced saloon card. We will see a Highlander timing.
Have we seen? My question would actually be: have we seen a USA game without that card being sent in the EPL so far? Actually, Hmm.
Yeah, I can. All right. Yeah, we get from our producer that they that this has happened before, and the interesting thing is that we have a house on the side of the USA, which yeah means not a 10-10. The next population space will come from the saloons, probably with the advanced saloon shipment. We see the Chinese tea export card.
Treasure
Going quite
contention again.
and
I think it's a big 100 coin treasure. We have
90
90
coin.
coin. Let's see who gets it. USA positioning himself, trying to shoot down the disciple. Shaolin
If
Master doing monk or the marauding Cossack. Treasure guardian. Look at him just punching through. I
I
think
think
USA
Optimus
gets
got
it.
it. I think Optimus got it.
Oh
No,
no,
Tabben!
Tabben it is.
Tabben got
Tabben
it.
got the XP on the Cossack and got the 90 coins from
90 coin
China.
for Tabben, which means quite a lot for his build, because he is quite coin reliant for his build order or for his unit composition. So really strong to get that 90 coin from Optimus. Also we have the third TP for the USA and aging up. And yeah, Optimus with the French consulate sends the food will go straight into FF. We have quite normal China deck. We have the card that sends a Saiga herd to every TC and village. So in H3. So
Can we see Optimus's
Optimus
wonder
will
though?
not run out of hunts. And
Porcelain
the Aegis.
Tower.
Ooh, Porcelain Tower. Greedy, greedy. Greedy Optimus doing
I
greedy
think we are
Optimism.
again going to see some cheeky issue. Oh, do we have another treasure steal from Tabben? Nope. I think he
Nope.
just chose to
That's
shoot the wolf for the experience. Doesn't get this treasure though. But I think potentially we'll again see a H2 build from Optimagus. And I think that could be
you can
the
definitely
answer to the Scottish Highlander build actually.
you definitely can play China in H2. You have really good military shipments, at least in my opinion, and you can send them back to back, the Step Rider and Chukunu and Pikes, and maybe even the Duck Squad if he has it in deck. I don't think I saw it. Yeah, no Duck Squad. But you can definitely send, and a Chukunu shipment would be reasonably well counter against the Highlander. There's the bank for the USA. And HUB is probably with Pennsylvania, pretty sure. Yeah, Pennsylvania for the meeting house with the extra coin trickle.
Mhm.
Hello.
Another trade post. Yeah, first shipment. The Philadelphia convention with the meeting house, with the extra buttons, tags and units. Really strong. And we have right now we have 4 TPs, I think. No, 3 TPs. There should be a 4th pretty soon, and 1 meeting house and 1 saloon. So we
Pretty
have
interesting build from Optimus here. I think what he's going to do is like a sort of a greedier FF. So he's going 300 export. He'll use that to get some of the crates, and
I
he'll skip the
think
700 word.
this greed could bite him. Could come back to bite him. Ends relations, changes them. Maybe
I
to
think he's going
Russians.
to go for the red coats. I think he'll go for the red coats just to sort of defend, help him defend versus that push because
Or
he's
to the
saving
Russians for the
exactly the.
blockhouse. I
I
mean,
think
probably
is it
red
too
coats.
late to go for the blockhouse at this
I
point?
don't know.
Or
Yeah,
I'm
I
thinking.
think you're right. It's gonna be Brits, but could go for the blockhouse if you wanted. And 700 wood for Tabben. We don't have the Arkansas post in his deck, so that's the shipment I would have liked to see, because you can build saloons with that. So 2 more saloons and another meeting house for the full batch of Highlanders, but it is not in the deck, so sadly no Arkansas post, but 600 wood, 700 wood, sorry.
I'm not too familiar with the USA. What is Tabin going to use the 700 wood on?
Probably a second meeting house and more saloons to get the numbers for the Highlanders up in the house, I guess.
Okay.
It's just building a house, which is he has not sent advanced saloons. All right, he has not sent advanced saloons, so he
I
can't
think
build more saloons.
Tabin is just going for a greedy FF at this point.
Yeah,
There goes the
maybe
stable.
does he
I
sends
don't think
now
he's going
the
for the Scottish Highlander build.
yeah he has coin. He's maybe it's a ruse. Maybe he's just acting like doing the Highlander timing and just going FF. Meanwhile, Optimus is in HUB with the Confucian Academy. Has changed to Germans for the extra greed with the trickles. I like.
Yeah, I'm never calling what Opti is doing ever again. I think after A's, Opti is probably the most unpredictable player. So yeah, the answer is always greed.
It's
Chosen
yeah.
coming in.
He is predictable. If he will always choose the most greedy option to do. That's what he will do. And we have another trade post rickshaw will come out. Will probably placed on a native post as the trade posts are all fully placed. We have the state capital. The statehood is through, means fast age up into H3. And he aged mid Kentucky, which is the strongest age up right now with USA to go to Fortress age. Wills has a big shipment of light infantry, of Owlhoots and sharpshooters. And also 2 coal mines. Really strong age up.
That's right. And what wonder did Opti choose? Okay, it's the Confucian
And
Academy
now,
giving them
first
10
shipment.
arquebuses there.
Has he scouted? Has Optimus scouted the stable? No, he has not. Right? I mean, he wants anti-cav, but Zhang Dao first shipment without spotting the stable. I mean, I guess. Why not? He'll need them in any way.
I think I honestly like the flying crows, especially versus the Gatling guns. And I think the
Yeah.
three and the Confucian Academy also gives him the 10 arquebusiers because you don't want USA to go full greed, even get those 2 blockhouse wagons in the middle of this map, which can be
Problem is
extra strong.
the flying crow takes time until the first one comes out. Meaning in the first fight, Optimus will have to face Gatlings without having a flying crow as backup.
That's also true. Can we see what
Let's
shipment
see
Tabben is
now.
sending right now?
Yeah. Yeah, he sends 5 carbine cav and builds carbine cav.
Oh no, I think he has
Oh,
sent
there's 2
the 2
wagons.
blockhouse
I
wagons
think he has
before
sent
that.
the Russian-American company. Yeah, blockhouse wagon. First shipment was Russian-American company. Places it in the center of the map. Has not sent the unit shipments from the meeting house yet, but takes map control in the center with the 2 blockhouses and the inspiring flag. Has 2 mines in control. Has the herd in control. Has the native posts in control. Really strong position from Tabben.
Yeah, I think a very good reaction time from Tabin. He sensed that and scouted that Opti went for the trading
That's
post on the 2 o'clock position of the map, so he could
7
place those
sharpshooters.
blockhouse wagons right smack in the middle.
I would have honestly preferred the Gatlings because he's already producing sharpshooters, and Gatlings will just shred through the Chinese infantry. And you have to know if Confucian Academy is on the field that now
Mhm.
a flying crow has not been produced yet. They take a bit longer for that. So 3 Gatlings would be completely uncontested right now.
Hmm. I think I think what you're saying is right, but I think Tabin wants some cover. He wants some army to sort of shield versus all the melee units that China has. Otherwise, you just lose those Gatling guns to the infamous China Cav, which can do damage from range. Look at those meteor hammers with their extra multiplier versus artillery, and they
Two
have sort of a range even in melee mode.
2/3 of the production time for the Flying Crow has passed, so as soon as the Flying Crow is on the field, the Gatlings will live in danger. So maybe we won't see Gatlings at all. This could be another option. We won't see Gatlings until the Flying Crow has been dealt with.
Right. I think Optimus's economy is pretty good. He does have the H2 porcelain tower. I think he has all the trickles from the German consulate. Wait, what? Is this a native? Is this a native ability? Wow, that's
Yeah,
just
that's...
so
Oh, we
busted.
have Oldenburg. We have
Can
Oldenburg
we
on the map.
quickly look at Tab's
Yeah,
LOS? What does he see
yeah, we
here?
have Oldenburg with the balloon.
He, he literally sees the entire unit composition
Yeah,
that Optimus has.
that's a great balloon right there. Sees basically everything he needs to see. Sees the age-up wonder, sees the unit composition, sees where the villages are. The
Yep, that's
scientific...
exactly what you need
Yeah,
in an RTS game,
yeah.
Magus. Give them a free big button map hack.
I mean, it's only temporary. You need to invest in the native post. It's not like... Yeah. Damn it.
I'm ready. Consider it.
I'm not sure if I want to if I should repeat that.
What's your command?
Not.
Consider it done.
Yeah, I think it's the House of Oldenburg is outside of the
What
big
is your
button
command?
not that great. I mean the Royal Hunters can be kinda good, so I think it's balanced. There are better native posts than Oldenburg.
Ooh, flying crows
So,
and lots of
flying-
hand mortars. Carbine
But
Cav
the
is
Carbine
charging in,
Cav
getting
on
in
the
a good
Carbine Cav
angle.
is really good at dealing with artillery, but gets thrown back by the skirmishers, by the arquebusiers. And yeah, now it's time for the sharpshooters to kite.
Tabben doing nice micro right there, kiting with the sharpshooters
We have
and
both-
the hand
we have
cavalry
both
has already
blockhouses.
dealt with almost all of the Chang Daos. And the two blockhouses shooting free.
Even sends a few of the carbine caps into melee to just pin down the arquebusiers. We have the two blockhouses that are shooting in this, and I think this fight looks well for Tabben. Yeah.
I think Tabben did not micro the Carbine Cav the best towards the end. The micro could have been better, but I think he is still fine with the trade. Still has some Carbine cavalry left.
He- I
big
think he
reinforcing batch of cavalry from
Yes,
China.
lost too much his carbine cav. Now there's a batch of reinforcements. We are kinda even. The artillery is still there. The flying crow is still there. Flying crow does pretty well single target damage. We'll get another shot even with its little HP left.
Ooh,
That
big
was a good
shot from
shot.
the flying crows. Yeah.
Three sharpshooters
Finally
go
the-
down. Now the rolling artillery will come out of the blockhouse. We will also have soon a batch of Minutemen ready. And now the rolling artillery is there. We have a few mortars left. Oh no. 2 mortars are left. Yeah, 1 Gatling will go down. 1 mortar left. Yeah, all the mortars are down. 2 Gatlings are still there. And now Optimus has to retreat. Sends 5 meteor hammers, and a cav switch is honestly the best thing he can do right now, because there's not much carbine cav on the field.
Yeah, I mean, the trade was looking very good for Tabben at the start, but I think there was some either a lag spike, maybe a Z move bug or something. Tabben just lost a little too much carbine cap.
Yeah.
But
Or he was too confident that he can just Z-roll now. He lost more carbine cav than was necessary. And sends
Yeah,
another rolling artillery. Let's go. With 4 Gatlings. We will have 4 Gatlings in short notice.
yeah, and now the problem for Optimus is that he has to invest in a castle if he wants to get more hand mortars, and otherwise he just has no way to deal with the blockhouse and all the
Balloon
Gatling
is-
guns that China has
The
right now.
balloon is back, and Tabben has still, and he has at least a wood. He could buy the food for a cheeky cav switch with the Pulaski's Legion. 12 guard Ulans.
True, that
which
could be very scary.
could be devastating. Yeah, Tabben also 2 shipments ahead with all the XP income from Meeting House, from the trade posts. And yeah, we look at the score. Tabben is 3k points ahead and still has a cheeky cav switch at the as a backup if needed. And there's not
Opti
that much.
macroing for a mercenary shipment though. Can we see Optimus's deck
Wagon.
once?
Covered wagon. Tabben starts to boom.
I think Opti
we
is going
have
to
to-
send Manchu, and that'll be go time for him.
I
Meanwhile,
think he will have to send Manchu. He builds hand mortar, sends German Expeditionary Company, which is some Zweihänder, and repelling volley, which is better multipliers. It's basically the Chinese variant of counter infantry rifling for the skirmisher units. Which I don't understand too much, as we don't have any musketeers on the field.
it gives you an extra multiplier versus dragoons as well.
It gives
Actually,
you something against dragoons, right? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's yeah. but I think he has not 1,000 coin in the bank. I think he needs pretty soon invest in some Manchu.
I think actually he has enough Changdaos. He was saving that coin probably for hand mortars, and he has fixed his macro now. Now with
There's also
the
another flying crow. This is important. This is really important for fighting the Gatling mass.
it is actually a pretty good rematch from Opti, all things being said. He has a
Yeah,
balanced unit composition. He has a flying crow. He has some hand mortars to deal with the Gatling guns and the blockhouse.
he has some
Can we
calf
look at
after
Tabben's
thinning out.
POV now?
After thinning out the carbine calf, he has. Oh, yeah, thinning out carbine calf is bad. This is easier said than done. Those are some massive carbine on the field.
5 Gatling guns though versus just 5 hand mortars.
I mean, flying crow one-shots a Gatling. That's so if the flying crow gets a shot, the Gatling goes down.
And the Gatling guns are so tightly packed. I wonder if Opti can get a good shot. One volley from the hand mortars. Carbon side trying
Next
to get
volley,
a shot on
one Gatling
the. down. This is such
Next
a nice
Gatling,
stroke though
almost
for
down, 2 HP
USA
left.
with the mine.
Flying crow gets a shot. One Gatling still alive, and this Gatling will go down. And now I like the position of Optimus much better than I did a few seconds ago. But we have the calf switch, Pulaski's Legion, 12 guard Ulans with consulate stats will come out of this blockhouse, and Optimus has to save his anti-calf, or he will just be overrun with the Ulans.
Yeah, Optimus's army right now is sitting ducks because they have to stay there to guard the artillery. So this calf switch could be very big. Look at those Chinese
The
cavalry
Chinese
getting
calf
one
getting
shot by the
gunned down,
carbine
and
calf.
now the calf
And
switch is
Pulaski's
here.
Legion coming in. Optimus desperately drag boxing his Changdao into position, but good micro there by Tabben. Now using those upgraded sharpshooters to quickly whittle down the Changdao. Blockhouse going down, but is it little too late for Optimus? We have a bit of a lag.
We have 2 batches of Zhang Dao and Archipus coming, but I think he went too deep with the Zhang Dao and lost too many now. But I think he can still win this. Or at least lose this while dealing enough damage to Tabben for this to be fine. Right now he lost all the Changdao, and more than half of the Ulans are still there. Alright, I'm eating my words again. We have the sentries called, we have the irregulars called, we have a calf switch from China, and the sharpshooters are on the front. And the Ulans fall. The Ulans go down. And now this fight doesn't look that bad for Optimus. Alright, no, it doesn't look good either. Now the carbine calf in melee mode. Yeah, this fight goes to Tabben, but was quite costly. But now the next big shipment of USA, the Kentucky Hunters, which should be a substantial mass of light infantry now, because the shipment gains 1 sharpshooter for every shipment that has been sent before.
And meanwhile, remember, Optimus is running out of natural resources. Tabben has the map locked down. Tabben even going for the 3rd town centers.
Optimus
He's
has
ahead in villager count. He's ahead in score. He has the map control. Yeah, it's looking
Optimus
pretty good
has a
for Tabben.
shipment though that gives him hunts. He will have problems with coin. I mean, he has the trickers from the tower, from the Postman tower, and from the German consulate. But he has a shipment that will give him hunts. So
That's true. Nice raid though from Tabben on the top. Optimus dealing with the low HP Ulan.
second
Carbon
villager
Kaya
goes down,
getting some problems.
and a huge sharpshooter mass with some Alhoods in between.
Wow.
Optimus needs more heavy calf. With still the Highlander shipment looming, and the front base gets rebuilt. And yeah, Optimus has not lost this, but Tabben is definitely in the lead. Has the map control.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm ready.
we've seen that the hands run out for Optimus. I think he will send this Saiga shipment pretty soon. Yeah, the Saiga herd will spawn a herd on every village and TC. But Tabben has map control, Tabben has mass, Tabben has better unit quality, and Tabben has the initiative.
That's true. Has Opti been able to send any military improvement cars? We saw the repelling volley coming in. Meanwhile,
We have not
we
even the
have
Buffalo Soldier card, so we have the Continental Rangers for the rifle infantry, but we don't have the upgrade card for the carbine cav.
What is your command? I'm ready.
and what about Optimus though? He has repelling volley. Does he have double-faced armor or any other card? Like he has a
He
territorial
doesn't even
combat.
have
He
it in
has
the deck.
repelling volley.
He does
Yeah, he
not even
doesn't
have
have it
double face
in the deck.
deck, which is kinda shame because he needs heavy cav in this situation because the sharpshooter is the battle unit. They have the
Yeah.
balloon again scouting the army
Yeah.
composition, and Tabben will see that the mass of China isn't that big. I think Tabben has more army than China, than Optimus, and has the better units. So he can just engage, in my opinion, and carry this fight. We have to fight. The cav of Optimus tries to engage. We have even about villagers from Tabben tanking some shots, and I don't think this is even necessary. The heavy cav goes down, sniped by the carbine cav. The Changdao will suffer the same fate. Tries to run away, but has to sacrifice the flying throw. Now the carbine cav is in the front row, which I don't like. Taking too many shots from the skirms. And yeah, but Tabben can just hunt the army of Optimus now, and I think this game is a win for Tabben. I don't see how this can change, except for Tabben getting a disconnect or something.
Yeah, Optimus hanging in there, but it's just a slow death. Optimus keeps speeding units. The trades are going in favor of Tabben. The economy, the map control, everything is in Tabben's favor. And yeah, Opti even being forced to send H2 7-steppy riders right now.
Yeah, Tabben has an infinite shipment in H3. He can't run out of shipments, but Optimus has run out. Needs to send H2 shipments.
Optimus going even more heavy on the Cav switch. But I think the problem is, Tabben has taken all his engagements very close to the mines, very close to the middle base, and has been on top of the game with his kiting for the most part. So China's heavy cavalry hasn't been able to catch the sharpshooters, and they just melt to the carbine cav.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Chinese heavy cav connect once, which is the win condition for Optimus in this matchup.
Optimus going in
Now
now,
we
drag
could
boxing
have,
in.
but we have so much carbine cav. We have so much carbine cav. Will the Changdao be able to connect to anything?
And the hero in melee, the USA hero in melee, tanking like 20 whips from the China cavalry, and now we have the mine causing pathing issue. Even have a tower.
The Changdao
What?
are in the are connecting in the
Carbine
middle
cav
of the
going
fight.
in.
This fight doesn't look bad for China. Look at this. The Chinese cav is on top of the sharpshooters. This is a good fight for China, I think. But look at the massive carbine cav. The Changdao fall. And now we are in a choke point where the cav has not that much space to connect. And now I think this fight will turn for Tabben.
But Tabben is not kiting again. And again, look at that with the reinforcements, with the flying throw. Opti is somehow managing to stay in this game.
Yeah, and I think this fight was, at least resource-wise, on Opti's side. Now sending Saiga Herd will not run out of food because of this. has some resource trickles. So economically, he is still in the game, and this was a good fight for Optimus.
Yeah, and the flying crow sitting on that mine behind the trees getting good trades versus all the sharpshooters. Meanwhile, the arquebusiers with the repelling volley, the bows with the repelling volley, doing good job versus the carbon cav.
This
One
was
small micro misstep from Tabben, and Opti has managed to claw his back into the game again.
the
It's
score
anyone's
tells
game now, I
me
think.
the score tells me that the Tabben is in the lead, but Optimus has a comeback potential now. This was the best fight he could have taken, I think, and now he needs to use his breathing space that he gained from this fight.
Can you compare the economies real quick? 48 villagers and 3-4 trickles for Optimus. What
We
is Tabben
see
on?
another German
Tabben on
expeditionary
62
force,
villagers.
more
And
Zweihänder, and Vet Hussars. We see a cav switch for Tabben, the second cav switch now with Hussars.
ooh, Optimus might
Oh,
find all these
the
villagers for
villager!
free.
The villager! Optimus has to see this! He has to see this! But he ignores, he doesn't see it or he ignores it. Send your cav. Now he sees, but send your cav, please, send your cav, it's fast. No, what is he doing? What are you doing, Optimus? What are you doing? It's too late. The villagers are retreating. You had an absolute GG rate at your fingertips, and you just blew it. No.
Oh man, I think Optimus was just, too scared to leave the flying crow alone there. And,
Yeah,
he
but
just didn't want to throw.
honestly,
But I completely agree with you.
just 2 to 3 cav units would have done the trick. Really.
Ooh, we have the big fight again.
We have
USA
the
hero
next fight,
reviving,
we have-
dropping the inspiring flag. Finally, we have a 3-unit composition from USA as well. Chang Dog being dragged up to the front. China Cav fighting in there. The arquebus is trying to snipe the carbine Cav. The sharpshooter is going burr. The Hussars
Metal Stars,
tanking quite a close
the
fight, but I
Chang
think
Daos are
China
doing
is
their
just coming on
damage.
top.
The Chang Dao's doing work. With some German help, with some German mercenaries. The Chang Daos are doing work. We have the army of the USA does practically not exist anymore. This was a great fight for Optimus. And we have that the score lead has come closer again. Only 2.5k lead for Tabben. Optimus is clinging onto his life and fighting back, and we see a second flying crow on the field now. There's one Gatling gun from the rolling artillery, means next time rolling artillery we will 3 Gatlings again, but we will have 2 flying crows now. Which honestly will be hard for the Gatlings to find some damage, and the Chinese mass is growing. This could be a Chinese win.
Haven't time to
If
go
Optimus
in.
doesn't
He
lose his
senses that
mask.
the Optimus's anti-cav is a bit low, trying to get the Hussars in, but I don't think Tabben just has enough covering fire behind all this.
We have the German
And
Zweihander.
half the sharpshooters are not even shooting for Tabben.
Yeah,
What is
and
Tabben
it's
doing?
only the Hussars. Oh, is Tabben not? Alright, Tabben is.
Oh man.
Had Tabben was there a lag on Tabben's side, or had he just given up? And that was the reason, because the sharpshooters. Holy shit!
I can't believe this.
Optimus,
I am in absolute disbelief in this.
the magician struck again and snatched victories from the claws of defeat by the hands of Tabben in a really bad matchup after losing fights with only a third of the map under his control. Optimus came back and took this game.
I'm in absolute disbelief, man. I thought,
I-
we had seen the power of Optimagic in the last game with
I
the
honestly,
monocom Hazard versus China, but this was just beautiful. I think there was just one micro slip up by Tabben, and that was enough for Opti to come back in the game.
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah. I did not expect this comeback. This was absolutely Optimagic that we witnessed here. Alright,
Oh man.
I gonna make a short break, get myself something to drink.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what a game from Optimus there. Absolutely, what a performance. I mean, we'll have to ask Tabben though. Would love to have a post game interview with Tabben. Was there some lag on his part? I could see, a player of Tabben's caliber not microing the Carvine calf properly. I think more than one instance. So that was very unlike Tabben, but still, one or two slip ups in micro, and that China death ball just Z moves and wipes out the entire American force. It's just so hard to deal with, so hard to micro against China. That's why you have to kite with everything you have. Once Tabin stopped kiting, he just got overpowered by China. And Optimus proving why he's the magician. Even some of the unorthodox cards like the Saiga herd coming in clutch towards the end, helping Optimus's remass. A pretty interesting build from Optimus again. Instead of the traditional FF, went for a slightly greedier, slower version with a 300 export and the German trickles. Uh, but yeah, what a game. Tabin was, I think, if you had asked us, I think more than half of the game, we had called that, Tabin is in front, Tabin is leading, is looking pretty over for Opti, but you can never count Opti out. So, we have the matchup for the fifth game, which will be played on the Arabia map. It is going to be Ottoman versus Germany. So last game, Tabben had the counter pick. This time, Tabben had to pick first, pulled out his Ottoman, and to counter that, we have the German Empire from Optimus. Megas,
I'm back.
Optimus counterpicked Tabben's Ottoman with Germany.
Yeah, that's a common counter pick, I'd say.
I'll also quickly fill my water bottle quickly before we dive into game number 5. Yeah. So hold the fort for me, Megas.
Yeah. Right here. Optimus, Tabben, Germans versus Ottomans. Pick a matchup that can go either way, but Germans are a civilization that can counter Ottomans with their war wagons, especially. On the map, Arabia. Which is a map I quite like because it has, yeah, of course. Which is a map I quite like because it has a lot of small wood treasures. That's really nice for Swedes and Japanese and Brits and such. But of course, every civilization will profit from it. Sometimes water is on the map, but this is just for visuals. No water play possible on the map. We will dive into the game any minute now, as soon as Comgetsam is back and the game has started.
Yeah, back. Thank you for your patience, ladies and gentlemen. Chinese food in Western Chinese restaurants is the opposite of authentic. I think you should try some Chinese food in India. You will be in shock. It's the most
Even less authentic or more authentic?
the opposite of authentic.
Oh, alright. I
Uh,
am Gaius Julius Megas, yes. Uh, Alright, hopping in, game 5. Optimus with the Germans in blue, Tabben in red with the Ottomans on the map Arabia for TPs in a circle. You can't take all of the TPs until you destroy the original town center at least. Lots of small treasures on the map, lots of small wood treasures, which is really, really nice, I think. And yeah, the question is, what will Ottomans do? Will they rush? Will they FF? Will they FI? I think what Germans will do is kinda clear. They will probably do the standard German FF.
mhm.
So the real question is this a square or a circle? I think it's neither, to be honest. It's
Nah,
neither.
it's more like a rhombus.
It's I think
I'll
it's
confuse you even more.
I think it's when I try to draw a circle with my left hand, this is what comes out.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
This is the
Hmm.
outcome of that big treasure with two colonial treasure guardians, wood treasure, really nice. We have the deck Abus Cav Archer, so probably an semi-FF or FF deck, no church card. We have 700 food and the other H2 resource shipments. We have all the big H3 shipments that we know, and I would like to say love, but I don't really can for the Ottomans.
Nice 95 food treasure though for Optimus. Will help him get to H2 a little faster. Especially helps in this matchup a lot. And I think he went for the market opening, so will help him not get any idle time whatsoever. One thing I want to say, Megas, though, is what's the second most used strat in this tournament after the US Scottish Highlanders? I think it's the double racks Janrush from Ottoman.
Yeah, and
But
the
I think
thing
it will
is,
be good to see Tabben going for something new.
the
But I think
thing is,
that's
the deck, Tabben's deck says Abus Cav Archer, and we see the deck of Optimus now, which is a standard German deck. We have the Irish Brigadiers in H2, which are not always there. We have both Cav upgrades in H2, which are also not always there, but full H2, full H3, nothing exotic in the 6 settler wagons in H4. But I wanted to say Ottomans, no matter what the deck says, an Ottoman can always double Rex Gen rush. No matter how the deck what the deck looks like, they can always do that. We age up with the quartermaster, so far so normal.
that's such a nice age up for
220.
Tabben.
Yeah, Ottomans quick age up to H2, as we know they will do. And
Look at this. Opti even skipping one villager because he got the 95 food treasure.
keeping a
Even
will.
despite that, he'll be aging like 1 minute after Ottoman.
Yeah, that's the Ottoman lifestyle.
Even getting 40 food, like after 135 food, he's still like a minute later than Ottoman, almost a minute later.
Also aging with the quartermaster, of course. Yeah, and we have the small wood treasure behind the base of Ottoman, and we will see it is a market, I think, for the Ottomans. And yeah,
That's it.
saves the shipment, not doesn't send capitalism, saves the shipment. So also with the market, I think we will see we won't see a double Rex rush. We don't see forward villagers. So will be an FF or semi-FF game.
Yeah. Uh, One interesting thing also is Tabin is a pretty old school player. As you said, no capitalism, not going for double trading posts, doesn't have any advanced church or, all those new shenanigans, the infamous auto Karam FI. So yeah, Tabben playing it pretty standard here. No FP wills from either side. It'll be interesting to see if
I
Tabben goes for a Delhi semi FF or
yeah,
if he go what he'll do with the 400 wood.
yeah, that's the question, isn't it? I would expect Delhi, and I would have been highly astonished if there was a front base for Optimus. Yeah, but we'll build maybe a second trade post. No, just passing, just passing. First shipment. Oh yeah, there's the Mubier. There is the Mubier for Ottomans classic to snipe the Explorer. And yeah, there's a stable, so 5 Delhi semi-FF will be the play. First shipment, 5 villagers. Is the next shipment, is this food or the wood? I can't see it right now. And, oh, the Explorer runs right into the knife of the Mubier. Can't outrun the Mubier. Tries to see as much as possible, sees the stable, has seen what he needed to see, to be honest, but loses the Explorer quite quickly. Yeah, and we have 700 wood for the Ottoman player. In contrast to the settler wagon shipment for German. And builds a church for the better XP curve. Also starts with a stable. So will have to fend off the enemy cav with his whole cav.
It's always risky to go cav on cav wars versus Germany because you do get the extra Ulans from every shipment that they get. But remember the power of Delhi's. If you
Delhi
ever
is
doubt Delhi's, just look at that 11 villager
the
raid by
Delhi
Optimus.
superior unit. The Delhi is the superior unit. I think you can't contest that. Has more HP, has more attack speed.
Jawohl.
Yeah, getting the revenge kill now. Let's go.
Bereit.
Yeah, this
Could be a
Explorer
bait. Where are the Delhis behind all this?
Yeah, here.
Ja, verstanden.
And yeah, Delhi is the
There they
better unit,
come.
but
Okay.
7 Ulans win versus 4 Delhi. And sends a Delhi shipment. I did not expect that, to be honest.
Man,
Builds more Delhi.
just look at that animation, that Mubir, how funny he walks in stealth mode, like he's crouched like an assassin.
It's a stealthy
He's
boy
like
right there.
tiptoeing, ready to steal, ready to, I
Let
don't
him
know,
go!
pickpocket or
Look at him
something.
go! Oh boy, here go killing again.
Oh man.
Oh boy, here go killing again.
It reminds me in those, early Assassin's Creed games
Yeah.
when you used to go stealth and pickpocket people.
Honestly, I played a lot of Assassin's Creed. I rarely played the stealthy way. I know it's in the name. You're supposed to be stealthy, but I choose not to.
Ja,
Our
And look at
Majesty is
this
a flashy
Ulan
person, but we
mass.
have the
Cav on
first.
Cav war, and these are enough Ulans to win this fight. So Tabben has to. Now
Ooh, but the
they're
Delhi going
reinforcing.
in with the reinforcing bars. Remember, Delhi have more attack speed. They have more speed in general. This is enough stuff. Let's see the micro. Tabben pulling back the low HP Delhi. So is Optimus, but I just think there's just too much stuff here from Tabben.
Yeah, Tabben wins this fight. I mean, yeah, loses maybe 1 Delhi more. No, Tabben won this quite
Is there a
one-sided.
raid in the Ottoman town center though, or is that the hero shooting? Okay, I thought
Just
it might be a raid in there,
yeah.
but never mind. Opti even being forced to make some pikemen and sending 3 doppelswordners behind this.
Feels bad.
Ooh,
Feels honestly bad, man. This is so much commitment into HQ.
yeah, this is so risky.
Jeez.
Standing beneath the German town center, you have scouted the barracks, you have scouted the stable, one pop, and this could be a big cleanup. Getting one villager though.
It's just a villager, luckily for Optimus, and not a settler wagon.
Ooh, 3 doppelsworders will
And the
pop, and they
doppelswordner
pop
come
perfectly.
out
Look at that,
with
one
the-
swing and the
Yeah,
and rip
the
delis.
Delhi go
One
down. The Delhi
swing
go
and
down.
rip delis.
The batch pikes, honestly, was not necessary for this, but we'll just use it to siege down the trade post.
And
What
Tabben
is
actually
the...
making another batch of Delhi's. I'm surprised. I thought
Yeah,
after the early engagement and early
I'm
advantage, he
I'm
would just
really
go for H3.
surprised. I'm really surprised in the amount of resources both players stick into H2. Really surprised in that, because if you see the macro of Optimus, he is far from aging, and Tabben was also not that close to age up, so much more H2 action than I was expecting for this game.
Yeah, this is the first game I think in the series where we are seeing some H2
Yeah,
commitment from both players.
first game where both fight
Ooh,
in H2.
nice flank from Optimus
Yeah.
though. Dobbs coming from the left, Yulan's coming from the south, and
Tries
again
to save,
he's
tries to
clean up the
save
Delhi.
some Delhi. But the Doppelsöldner got it with his big sword energy. He will get away probably. Yeah, get away with 40 HP.
Can you look at
Yeah,
Tabben again?
now
Is
coin
he able
shipment.
to age now?
We have
Yeah,
this
he's
age up
going
for
up with the
Tabben.
exiled
Yeah.
prince.
And
But
Optimus
behind this,
stands.
Tabben does not have a trading post. He does not have the better economy. He will have a window of 1.5 minute where he's able to go H3 faster versus Germany. But I think I like Optimus's position more right now.
The only problem is when if Tabben manages to get something like the Sipahi or Mamluks out early on before Optimus or while Optimus ages up and has no access to war wagons. Now pushback with the Bashi Buzuk.
Yeah, those guys have a multiplier versus heavy infantry. They'll melt those spikes and even the Doppelsolders potentially.
Yeah, need to pull out if you see those guys. You really don't want to fight them with full HP. But yeah, score is even. Score is quite even. And yeah, we see the Kev Archer shipment and production to fend off those Ulan masses. And another villager probably will go. No, blocked with another villager. Will survive.
Nice micro there by Tabben
Yeah.
being annoying with that one cheeky Delhi. But the problem right now for Ottoman is I don't think Tabben has an artillery foundry.
No.
Tabben is
No,
slightly
no.
behind
Oh,
in
yes, there is one.
economy.
There is one.
Oh, okay, there
There is a
is. There is.
foundry. So we will see some Aegis gunners quite soon.
Selam. Hazır. Hazır.
Is Optimus aging is the question. Yes.
Bereit.
With Exiled Prince has a shipment ready,
Bereit.
and I'm
Ja, wird erledigt.
I'm betting the first shipment will be the 3 war wagons.
And now that the German mine is exposed, Tabben can actually put some pressure on Optimus while he is waiting for the first military shipment right now. Yeah, so going into Skirm War Wagon, pretty standard.
There
Scouts
is,
with Cavalry Archer Mass.
there is enough coin left on the mine in base for the early H3, but will run out soon, so needs to secure other mines and needs to build an outpost if necessary, or keep the army of Tabben in check. He is housed or will be soon. Cancel the skirmish.
Yeah, actually cancelling his Skirm badge because he was popped and committing to the 8 War Wagon badge actually.
Yeah, will. Not sure if he will get to the 8. Needs a bit more food. Has not much food in the bank and not much villager on food, but at least 6 or 7 war wagons will be on the field. And means next shipment probably will be the skirms if it can't produce them. Yeah. No, he gets the 4th. the 5th war wagon. We have 8 war wagons. He has done it.
Ooh, Tabben meanwhile 1k wood, TC being dropped. So
Yeah.
playing the slightly greedier,
I
slow Ottoman
I don't
will
dislike it. I don't dislike the second TC. Catch up with the German eco. There's one Ulan threatening the coin mine. Will get a villager for sure. Nope, he will not.
Ooh, but he does
But
get a villager on the north. Look at that! Look at Optimus's APM distracting with the one Uran raid while coming in from the north of the map with the main army. But we have a lot of cav archers here. We have 5 Aegis gunners out on the field
yeah,
to deal with
Optimus
the war
needs
wagons.
more needs more skirms to fight the Cav Archer. But 8 war wagon is scary. 8 war wagon is scary.
For sure. And
Es-
Ottoman can't afford to
especially-
lose these houses to the pikes and the dogs.
Yeah. That means Ottoman will be housed. He has already 88 out of 90, so losing those 2 houses will definitely be an inconvenience. At least losing 1 house. But will he do that? No, he keeps
Ooh,
both
but
of them.
losing 2-3 Ulans. Did Optimus
keeps-
overstay his welcome in the Ottoman base right there? And getting
Yeah.
snared with the Delhis, the Aegis gunners dealing with the war
Really,
wagons.
really needs skirms. Really
Very
needs
good
skirms.
trade
And
for Tabben there.
the skirms come from the home city. Optimus needs them to actually fight the army of Ottomans. And yeah, the spy, the Mubi, are still standing where he was placed, giving line of sight, and has not been found yet.
Ja, jawohl.
10 war wagons, and as soon as Cav Combat comes in, we have more war wagons than skirmishers in total numbers, which is crazy.
Optimus loves his 1 unit composition.
Yeah, but war wagon, those are tanks, those are German panzers. They will stand the ground. Now finally getting some more skirmishes, and the spy will be found now because the army stumbles into him.
Hazır.
But will Optimus notice? He does not, and the spy will get away. More Aegis gunners.
The spy walks
lives.
through the entire German legion and still lives to see another day.
Yeah. Just act like you belong. Nobody will notice. Nobody will question. Just passing. But this TC will go down, probably. Maybe. Under circumstances. Yeah, then another dead explorer. And now we have the Aegis gunners getting some pot shots against the war wagons.
Emrin. Evet.
Yeah, actually, I think Tabben with a couple of raids, with the 2 town centers, Tabben's economy is actually not too far. Oh,
Some
Doppel
Doppel-Söldner raid. Both Doppel-Söldner with no HP, the villager could kill. And the spy has not been set into stealth mode, so he revealed himself by attacking the trade post and now gets executed.
Ooh,
by
but
3 war
counter Delhi
wagons.
raid from
Yeah.
Tabben on the top. Couple
But
of raids going on from both players. Opti sending war wagons to deal
Yeah,
with
the-
it, but not
the
before the
villager-
villagers go down.
The villager dancing her last dance while being executed, while being killed, but the war wagons follow up. So we have 29 villagers. I guess we still have all 8 of the war wagons left. Which means we have 37 to 29 or 33 villagers for Tabben. So Optimus in a slight villager lead, but Tabben with the 2 TCs is catching up.
Evet. Hazır.
And remember, Tabben has a superior military quality, and he's macroing for spy. This is going to be very scary
Yeah,
to deal
spy.
with for
I mean,
Optimus.
we have enough war wagons to snipe the spy, but still, the 5 spy shipment is one of the most scary things in this game.
Emrin. Evet.
Good. Yeah, He could send 1,000 coin and age up into industrial.
Hazır.
We will see. My money is on the Sipai
Oh, we
and
have
there they
another
come.
raid on the left.
Yeah.
Mine.
Hazır.
I have
Emrin.
never seen 3 doppel
And
sworders get so
Abe's
much.
gonna clopping down with in melee the Doppelsöldner with like 5 HP. That was funny.
That is one of the funniest unit interactions I've seen. Doppel
Yeah,
sworders versus Abus in melee, and the
yeah.
Abus winning. But we have the main fight here.
Yeah, main
Okay,
fight. It's more
right.
skirmishing around,
Yeah,
I guess.
I think Tabben wants to wait for the spies before they commit.
Yeah,
Optimus is
definitely.
probably trying to wait for calf combat or some big unit shipment
Yeah,
himself.
you want to wait for this spy, yeah. And Optimus needs. He has already sent Cav Combat, which makes the Warwings really scary. He needs the 9 Ulan shipment and then can engage, I think. Right now he has not enough melee Cav. He has so many villages on coin. Builds more Ulans, builds more skirmishes. And yeah, he has enough anti-Cav,
Hazır.
needs more Ulans to engage
Ooh, could be
safely.
a
And
huge spy
this
raid.
raid could be, if it's found, if the villagers are found by the Zipai, this raid could be absolutely devastating. Question is, will Tabben find it, or will he opt for engaging in the fight? Neither. He's looking for villagers to raid, just passing the mine, and we have the fight in the middle. Which I'm not sure who is winning. Finds some villagers, now reveals that Zipai are on the field.
I think
Those
Tabben
Ulans are
again being a
those
little bit
Ulans are
too
sieging
far forward with this anti-cav, but again the Abus DPS is proving too much for the German army. Ottoman hero in melee, snaring everything. You have enough cav archers. Spy is
Optimus
not
is
even
still
fighting.
sieging a town center with 5 Ulans. He needs those Ulans elsewhere. This is not a great use of their talent. Now Tabben spots the mine, but does not look in that direction. Draws the Zipai into the fight. Will get another villager. Yeah, and this 5 Ulans sieging the town center. I really don't like this. I really don't like this.
I think Optimus has just forgotten about those. But Tabben just casually, not even losing the fight despite having 5 spies sort
Yeah,
of just
that's what I
raiding.
mean. Optimus would have needed those Ulans for the fight. 5 Ulans could have made a huge difference. But the mine he was collecting has been done and was not punished. Next mine that is also quite risky has been taken. And yeah, we have 2 Falconets from Tabben on their way.
Yemi ödediğiniz için teşekkürler.
Emrin.
A big Yulan mass from Optimus if he can get just a proper surround. But I think that's just way too many cav archers of Yulan's diving in. Remember, these have cav
Ooh, they have
combat,
big
getting in a
engaged.
good angle. More
Big
cav archers coming
engaged.
from the back, villagers coming in. War wagons on the Spahi, skirmishes are focusing. Falconets are nice and protected. We'll get some pot shots on the skirm. Yulans are just melting with the cav archer DPSing. Abus on the war wagons.
But
This
the
is just
Avis, we have
fight.
some Avis gunners left. We have some. Now we have the German villagers going for the tank. No, but the Optimus sees that he has to retreat. And I think this game is in the hands of Tabben. We have seen an Optimus comeback last round. We will see if he manages again. Has lost quite a lot of units, especially the war wagons, which are really expensive.
Yeah, the problem is that Opti does not have safe resources now to
Cav
gather
combat
at all.
is coming for the Cav archer. So they will be even harder to snipe. We have more Ulans, a batch Ulans, 8 Ulans from the home city. Lots of heavy cav. Needs more skirms. Now has another batch queue. And those villagers go for food. At least the Zipai are down. The Zipai are gone. And the Falks snipe some skirms. This is painful for Optimus. He is behind 5k points. And Tabben just needs to keep it up at this moment. And probably has a better economy at this point because Optimus lost some vills and Tabben has 2 TCs constantly producing villagers. So Optimus needs to take a really strong fight if he wants to come back from this.
Yeah, looking pretty good for Tabben. But yeah, never count Opti out. Going for another engage, going into the Falconets. But again,
is the Ulan
so
Mast
many
enough or not is the
Cav
question. Are there
Remember-
enough Ulans to fight this?
Remember, Cav Archers also have Cav combat and they have melee resist.
Yeah. It's not the best unit to engage in that way, and yes, the fight goes to Tabben. He loses the cannons, but Optimus loses everything. And I think with that, the game is won for Tabben, honestly. A third TC will go up, and yeah, Tabben is ahead and is also researching the Mosque technologies, and there is the victory screen. Tabben won the 5th game.
Yeah, this was a very clutch victory for Tabben, considering he was down 3-1 and Optimus had the counter pick. Now 3-2 into the series, it's Tabben who has a counter pick and a good chance to equalize the score. But
Yeah.
what a series so far. 3-2. Tabben coming in with clutch with his Ottoman. We saw a very good micro early H2 Cav versus Cav. That reinforcing batch of Delhi shifting the fight in his favor, but a cheeky Doppelsordner pop or a Dopp pop from Opti to get him back into the game in H2. But Abus Gunner is just too good of a unit.
The next matchup, we have Russia for Optimus versus India for Tabben, which is quite a one-sided matchup, I might say. I think Russia has a really bad time versus India, especially if India manages to get into Fortress Age. It's not a best of 7, it's a play of 7. Every victory counts, gives points for the team. Both players are fighting for, and in the end it's about which team has the most points, the most wins overall. So even if you play, if you lose 1-6, you at least gained 1 point for your team.
Yeah, no TP map, low natural resources. It's Cascade range. Russia, India, another classic
Cascade
matchup.
range changes things for Russia. Cascade range really changes things for Russia.
Mhm.
You can go with Notka and have an H2 Pike Skirm composition, basically, with a lot of siege, good melee. And I can see Cascade range change the balance of the matchup substantially, honestly.
That's a good point. I think India has fewer resources to just, sit idly in his base. Russia can wait it out. There's a potential of adding a dock on each side for some of to bolster their economy. I think we have seen Optimus play Russia like that before versus Italy versus ESAD, I think, where Opti went for the side docks after H2 pressure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it will be very interesting. I think Optimus is very comfortable playing Russia on this map. But yeah,
I've
Tabben's India is
seen
pretty good.
Optimus playing Russia on this map very often at this point, and he is he is really confident with the Civ. I think he has won most of the games with Russia on this map. And we are ready, I hear, from the back of my head, which means the chosen in the production. So we can switch over to Russia versus India on Cascade Range.
Yeah, so we have game number 6, ladies and gentlemen, in the play all 7 between Tabben and Optimus. We have Tabben spawning as India in the south of the map in the color blue on Cascade Range, using those 2 starting monks to get the small treasures on this map. You have some good wood treasures, you have a lot of these small coin treasures. Meanwhile, Optimus playing Mother Russia, spawning in the color red in the north of the map as
The
the hero, Mr. Grigory Babanov.
with the best hero skin that is in the game, the bear.
The literal bear skin.
A bear.
I mean, the only thing that'll be more would have been more perfect if it were a polar bear.
Yeah. I called
The
it. I
Russian
called it. I
astronaut.
called. I called the bear Wojtek the Poland bear. And since we don't have Poland in the game, it has to stay this way.
Talking about bears, look at that Indian monk on the right side headbutting a bear head on.
Yeah,
Now that's a sight to see.
that's
Look
yeah.
at that. If you're ever scared, ladies and gentlemen, just remember this.
You just need an elephant on your side, then you can do it. Very important.
Wait, will we have another
But
treasure steal from
we could have
Tabben?
a contest of this
I
treasure.
think this whole series, Tabben has stolen like 3 treasures from Optimus already.
I mean, in this case, Optimus goes for the steal,
Yeah,
but
but Tabben again
Tabben gets the
prevails.
treasure. Tabben gets the treasure,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm really excited, and I hope we will see the Nodka post, native post for Optimus, for the synergy with the Strelets, with the Streletsy.
Mhm.
This would make Raptor much more potent in this matchup, and gives them what they usually lack in H2, siege.
That's an interesting point. Let's see if Opti can do some magic with the natives, or will he go for the standard Ruskets?
He will
Ooh, Mr.
probably
Goswami
lose.
Tulsidas going to get shot
Tabben
down.
will lose one of the monks of the Brahmans. Yeah, it's done. And we see the deck. We have land 1, the Kamchatka expedition. We have no ships. We have all the upgrades, the Boyars, the new model army, new order regiment. Sorry, new model was British. And yeah, even Zovnia, which is a bit a rare sight in 1v1 decks. Buffs the melee of Cav Archer and of Strelets, and but it's not an unusual Russian deck. This Tripetism is sent on its way, at least, with also for India. Yeah, we have one
No,
frigate. One frigate have we. We have the
Yeah.
Tiger Claws, which is good against Russia. And outside of that, we have elephant upgrades. We have the elephant upgrade, which is interesting. We have the rockets in H4, also 4 elephants. So many Mahouts, and Mahouts is the bane of the existence of Russia, generally.
Yeah, let's see what Wonder India goes up with. Usually in this matchup, you see an in-base Agra very often. Yep,
Yeah,
that's
we will
what
see
Tabin
it
is
in
opting
Agra.
it for. Very safe. Wait, what? He is deleting the Agra fort?
Huh?
I think he wants to
Where?
place it more near to his base.
But he's not
Wait, I'm not
placing
sure.
it at all. Yeah, now. Yeah, that
Okay,
was a few
but yeah.
seconds that were basically idle time for the Age-Up Philosopher Prince for Russia.
Wait, is it the Philosopher
And
Prince
we
or the
see the forward
Quartermaster?
builds. see the forward wills for the front base, for the front blockhouse, and it's the moment of truth. Will we see a native post as well? That's the question. This is a Klamath post, probably not those. And I think we see the Russian explorer move towards the Nutka post on the side of Russia and the side of Optimus. And the forward will go quite forward. Really, really aggressive. Damn. Alright, no, alright. Russian explorer has changed. Yeah, it's in the same in one frame we see the base of Tabben and the front base of Optimus. This is aggressive. This
Yeah,
is
but
really, really aggressive what he does.
but Megas, are we forgetting that Philosopher Prince is not standard at all? What is Optimus up
No, it's
to?
not
Aging up with
it's
500 food here.
it's not
Is
standard,
he
no.
going ultra aggressive with some strelets? Or what is the play here with all that food?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Yeah.
No idea.
And he built an extra house in H1. You can see he's on 30 pop already. He'll get another 5 pop from the block house.
I mean,
He's saving his shipment. He's not queuing any villagers. He's macroing for musketeers. Yeah, pretty
we
interesting to
see
see this
walls,
Russia build from
for
Opti.
Tabben,
Yeah, nice
and we
defensive
see
build
take the
from
hurt.
Tabben.
Optimus takes the hurt.
Ooh.
Oh, is that's
That's
so.
right.
And Tabben deletes the wall? The 2 segments of wall? What? Why? No, but there were no pillars to delete. The pillars were already deleted. Or did he want to build the wall with pillars for the extra HP on it? But why waste the wood? I think this was a misclick. I think this was an accident. I can't imagine that this was on purpose. Yeah, but we
Ooh.
see standard Russian H2. We see, I mean, except for the H-up. We see recruits. We see Cossacks. We don't see a native post. We don't see Streltsy, and we don't see Notka. So standard
Thanks for
Russia.
the raid, Cookie Run. And welcome viewers. We have game number 6 in Tabben versus Opti. This is the final of the EPL. SKG versus Hudson Big Bays. And can we switch to Tabben's POV? Did he send 4 sours? What is Tabben up to in response to this Russian pressure?
I see sours and I see no stable. They come from the home city. And we have some sepoys ready. Yeah, sours. Sent sepoys on the thing. But now Russia has no siege and has this 5k block of Agrafor defending the base. Doesn't deal that much damage, but is annoying, is constantly shooting, produces units, is a shipment point. You really want to get rid of that, and Russia has problems to do so. Because H2 sieging capabilities are not that great. Will get a house, or not. The house lives with 52 HP, to not even get that house. Unfortunate for Optimus.
A little bit of a strange unit composition from Opti, I have to say. I think versus India, you like to go more strelets early on, so you can do more pressure. But Opti opting for the recruits.
I think the sours were expected.
Yeah, but I think usually, you can use 5 or 9 Cossacks to deal with the Sovars, because these Russian musketeers just don't do enough damage, especially versus Agra 4, TC Fire, and the Sepoys. But yeah, let's see what what Opti's follow-up here is.
But the recruit can at least siege something, and the Streltsy cannot. So maybe that's the reason. But Opti also aged with food and not with wood. So he has to actually gather the wood for the Streltsy. So I think that was the plan from early on, to not use the wood for military. At least not that early on. Now getting the hunting traps, the steel traps. So a bit more eco-focused. Second blockhouse goes up. We have the stable a bit behind. And yeah, this will be a full commitment to H2. Maskas, basically, just the Russian variant. And what's this? What is that a consulate the Tabben is building? Yeah, no, it's a market. That's the consulate. Alright, market and consulate on the way for Tabben.
Yeah,
Probably
both players after the
Ottoman.
initial holding the push and after the rush, both players getting the macro right. Optimus investing in the stable, second blockhouse, market upgrades. Tabben going for the consulate and the market X.
We have more villagers for Tabben right now, plus at least one wood trickle, but I guess Optimus has the same wood trickle. So slight economy lead for Tabben, I'd say. And yeah, we see now the market upgrades are coming in, civil servants are on the way. But yeah, Tabben needs to get into Fortress Age with the resources in base, because if he cannot do that, he will starve. He will just starve out.
Yeah,
Has
and look at
some-
all those dead Huns. I
Yeah.
don't think that those Huns are going to last Tabben more than 10 minutes. So now it's Tabben to get a good mass going and
Especially
you
because
know,
Optimus
push out of his base.
herded one hunt away from Tabben, so he has even less than he would usually have. And this map is already sparse with natural resources.
Right. I think the first engagement was India under India's TC. Now probably the second engagement will have to be under Russia's blockhouses here.
Which is not what you want usually. Pushing two blockhouses is really, really hard. And now we see the first Streltsy batch on the way. We see Cossack batch in queue. Soon Optimus will have another shipment ready. Which could be more Streltsy, which could be an upgrade.
Yeah. Can we switch back to Tabben? I think Tabben was actually macroing for H3 instead of staying in H2.
Yeah.
Even going for the Ottoman consulate and
Could be,
getting the
actually.
villagers.
Yeah.
That's quite greedy if you ask me.
And India in H3 is really, really difficult for Russia to deal with. Even your anti-cav units in H2 are so squishy that Mahouts will just charge through them. But now we see the new order regiments, 10% buff for all the Russian infantry.
So I think it's going to be another push under the Indian town center. It will be up to Tabben how he holds this Russia timing here. He's aging of the Charminar gate, so he'll get the nice beefy Mahout Lancer upon hitting H3. He has a good defensive position with the Agra fort. I think he has still both sets of Minutemen left. But yeah, the Russian push is going to be pretty scary. And it'll come in a minute.
Yeah, I think Russia has a window now, a tight window that Optimus has to use, or India will just become too powerful. He needs at least keep Tabben inside the base. Keep him
And I
locked in.
think Opti smells it. I think Opti smells the age up and is pushing at the right time.
Yeah, and that's absolutely necessary. He needs to do that now, and he needs to do substantial damage with that push. Doesn't need to kill Tabben with that one, but he needs to do substantial damage to eco and or infrastructure. Yeah, there's the Jamina
Tabben
gate.
is almost up already.
Yeah. And with the Jamina gate will come a Mahout instantly, which is already scary for Russia.
Can we disable Fog of War or switch to Tabben's perspective? Ooh,
Yes,
nice
the
Fog of
Mahout
the Mahout Lancer
right
on the
into the
Strelets.
Streltsy.
Opti doing a nice drag box. Minuteman coming in from India. Ideally, Tabben wants to wait for the veteran upgrades, but he does not have enough. He's even popped. He's not able to send the shipment, but feels like he has
I think the
enough
fight
stuff
is
here.
in his
Actually,
favor. Look at this. The Maut is still alive. He has healthy massive infantry. He has counter units as the Gurkha. I think Optimus does not get what he needs from this fight, and from now on it will be even harder than it already was.
yeah, very convincing hold from Tabben there, despite aging up. He just his units are just way stronger than Optimus.
I honestly can't see how Optimus will turn this game around now. The Mahout survived even, can be healed up again. And yeah, the recruit mass is
Ooh,
chased
Optimus
down.
deciding to sneak and age up behind all this, though.
Yeah, he will age,
But he
but
might lose the forward base here,
yeah, the
actually.
front base, he has to sacrifice the front base. That's a given. He needs to sacrifice the front base. Maybe aim for the Mahout with the blockhouses.
Yeah, this is not a good position for Optimus.
No.
He'll have to reinvest so much wood to get all the infrastructure up. He's going to H3. He'll need a lot of wood to upgrade his strelets as well, his musketeers and Cossacks if he wants.
I think he
Uh,
also needs 1,000 coin for the Manchu shipment. I think this shipment will be necessary pretty soon.
Yeah, the only good thing is, 38 villages for Russia. Not the worst economy. He has all the market upgrades. But yeah, similar, if not better, eco for Tabben. And Tabben has the momentum right now for him.
Yeah, Tabben has the initiative. He can push through and he has to. And I don't think he even has to. He just doesn't need to lose units in unnecessary ways. But he can. He's definitely in the driving seat now. 2 Falconets come out for Russia. The blockhouse, yeah, gets deleted. Wouldn't have gone up anyway. The recruit gets sniped and need to disengage. Even more losses for Russia.
Ooh, will he lose the stable before the 5 Cav archers pop?
I think the
Okay,
5
the
Cav
5
archers come out, yeah.
do
The
pop
5
in.
Cav archers pop out, but the stable will go down. And we have
Ooh,
some
nice,
villagers
nice.
that will be shot by the sepoy. The stable is down. We have the Falks on the field. And militia. I think the militia popped out a bit prematurely. But yeah, Tabben is forced to disengage because there is no Cav left to snipe the Falconets. The Cav archers took some damage, probably from the Atsap.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the
It'll be
Mahout.
interesting
Yeah,
to
Mahout
see if,
getting killed.
Tabben goes for the siege elephants to counter the falconets, or if he just decides to send in more Mahout lancers and decides to just,
Look how
overpower.
much food he has in the bank. I think we see a Mahout shipment. Could
Yeah,
be
3
3
Mahouts
Mahouts.
along with that 1 Mahout that's getting healed up in the base. That'll be
Yeah,
a big power spike for him.
Yeah, and Russia has no defense against it if Optimus doesn't manage to get the Manchu shipment out of nowhere. Ends relations with the Ottomans will probably switch to the British. And Optimus is marching forward, interestingly enough. Tries to get his timing. Yeah. Ooh, Tabben is on berries. This is a
Ooh, nice
development that is,
falconet volley.
yeah, gets a good shot more or less. But
Optimus
needs
actually
to,
has a respectable mass with, some recruits, some cav archers.
yeah, but not enough anti-cav if free Maho shipment comes through with and for Maho's push. Yeah, free Maho Lancers. So Optimus needs to respect the next shipment. He doesn't know what it is, but I think he suspects that it will be either Mahut or Siege Elephants, and he needs to respect both of those shipments and needs more infantry mass or more Cossack mass or anything to. Yeah, Tabben has not much food left in the base, so will have the need to push out, to venture out with the villagers pretty soon. Has the better army on the field, could now just end the game before this happens.
Yeah, even going for the Mansabdar units, getting veterancy. He has a nice unit composition. Gurkha, Sepoy, and those Mahout Lancers. Even has the British consulate beefing those Mahout Lancers. Look at that, 1200 HP on those units. India's army is just the opposite of
It's
Russia.
yeah,
It's just way
it's
stronger per pop.
so much HP on the units, at least on the one that not sit on a camel, and almost 1200 on a Lancer unit is the bane of Russia's existence.
Yeah, Tabben looking in a dominant position in this game number 6. He is looking to even up the scorecard. Meanwhile, Optimus behind this was able to re-macro. He sent 1k word. Now he's balancing his unit composition, getting some Cav archers. He sees the Mahout Lancers. He has the Falconets alive. Optimus will need some very good defensive micro to survive this push from India.
And he has the militia already called. He can call the
Good
militia.
falconet volley on the infantry mass. Yeah, the
Another
problem.
one. Ooh, the bounce killed another one.
Yeah.
Oh, I
The
loved
big
it. I
problem
loved the big
for India is though, these elephants are just so clunky. It's just so hard to get the pathing right. And we have already seen Tabben in, the Dutch versus
but
India game. The
honestly,
pathing almost
I
killed
think
him.
those elephants can just attack move into this, and the infantry just needs to stay close enough to support. And now we
Yeah,
have
definitely
the
looking good for Tabben.
we
Even
have
sending
the
British East India Company.
yeah
Can we look at those Sepoy stats? Those are some Jack Musketeers. 252 HP, 33 damage already. And we have another 10% card coming in.
we'll get 10% plus to that. It's a really tanky musketeer. Complete opposite of what Russia fields. You also see more Gurkha.
Can we switch to Russia POV too? Let's see how his army composition is looking like. 17 Cav archers, some musketeers still left. Now going for some veteran Cossacks.
And another good shot with the cannons. Now one cannon is sniped. The Cav archers mustn't be in the front row. They need to be held back when the mounts come in. And now the mounts come in. And tank a lot of shots. First mount falls, the other two.
The blockhouse, the Cossack popping from the blockhouse straight on top of the Gurkha. This is actually very good positioning from Optimus. 2 Falconers still alive. Sepoy out of position. The elephants have been dealt with. We are seeing Optimagic once again, I think. The Falconet still alive. Strelets in the right position, killing the Sepoy. Cossacks from the behind.
Falconet goes down and see how much damage those Sepoys tank. Now Sepoys draw their swords. Get into melee, and I think this fight is in favor of Tabben. There are reinforcements for Optimus, but I think they come too late.
This was, I think, the best positioning that Opti could have hoped for, but it was still not enough. Just the sheer quality on Tabben's units, man.
I
all
completely
the villagers
agree.
are being
Now,
fought.
look how many villagers are threatened by the army of India. This is the point goes to with that, we have 3-3, right? Equal points.
Yeah, excellent game from Tabben, utilizing the counter pick to his full advantage. Holding the initial Russian pressure, not losing a villager, was about to almost lose a house, but saved it. Went for the H3, held the Russia timing when he hit H3, and after that, Tabben was just in the lead and played
Yeah.
it comfortable, upgraded his units, waited for the right shipments, and yeah. Elephant's just too good.
I have to say, I really, really would have liked to see Optimus playing H2 with Streltsy and Notka Clubman. I think this would have fared
Mhm.
better because you have the siege to break into the Indian base. You have the counter unit to the Sepoy. I think this would have been the better game plan. Yeah, now it's basically a best of 7, yeah. If it was a best of 7, we would still have seen all 7 games, which tells us about the quality of the skill of those players and how equal they are. And it has been a really, really strong series so far. I think you can agree with me. Great games, and I'm excited for the last one.
Yeah, it's always, great to see an even series. Feels like you're watching a final of a normal tournament, progressing like a best of 7. And the closer the initial few series, the more it comes down to the last matchups, because the format is such that the first team to get 18 wins will win. There are 5 series with 7 games each. So the closer the initial series are, the more matches we'll get to see, and have more fun if it comes down to the last series as well.
It's not a play all 9, it's a play all 7. So this will be the last game of the series. Let's see if we have a matchup for it.
Yeah, I
Let's
wouldn't blame the
tap.
players if they are taking a couple of minutes of break
Yeah, yeah,
after,
sure. It's
such close games.
they definitely deserve a break. But we have Germans for Tabben and Brits for Optimus. So another European legacy matchup. It's not best of 7, it's play of 7. Every victory gives points for the team. But yeah, the score with that score, it could have been a best of 7. We would still sit here. So
Yeah.
really, really great series, great games.
Yeah, very, very close games, and clutch performance by Tabor in the last 2 games, coming down from a 3-1 deficit. I know Prince of Kabul and Sompo would be very proud representing SKG.
Angelos writing easy for broken Brits in with Greek letters, thinking I can't read it. I think this matchup is quite even. I think Brits versus Germans is quite an even matchup.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so
Yeah.
too. Unless, I think the map is, let me see the map. I think unless it's a very high hunt map where Brits can, just sit in base for 10 minutes and just do Brit things, then it favors British. But otherwise, I have to say it's quite an even matchup.
Yeah.
But interestingly, it was Opti who went with the counter pick, and yeah, we'll have to see what he has in plan here.
Yeah, I think I don't I don't think Optimus is someone who goes FI with the Gentleman of the Pike and the Rangers. It's honestly, I think it's honestly a game of outsmarting. Is Tabben going heavy on the Ulans, then Optimus needs to go heavy on muskets. Is Tabben going heavy on war wagons, then it's on how many longbows Optimus gets on the field. The Brits kinda have to react on the composition of the Germans, I think, in this matchup, but it's still quite even, I think. Quite even.
Yeah. So it's either going to be like a tower rush from Germany, where British has to defend in H2, or knowing Tabben, it will probably be a classic,
I think
7
playing
Ulan semi-FF.
I think playing H2 plays into the hands of Brits. Honestly.
Interesting. I
I
think
think
Kaiser
playing
usually likes to tower rush in this matchup, if I'm not wrong.
Okay.
But yeah,
Alright.
I think it can be done both ways. I think
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how it goes.
Just because I think Brits have just the overall better units in H2. The longbow is better than the crossbow. Germans don't have musketeers. I mean the tower rush. It's on the timing. It's how quick it is, obviously. But I think playing H2 is playing with the strengths of Brits, and I think you rather want to go to third H with Germans.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think on this map also, you have decent enough mines. You have one big hunt in the back. Knowing Optimus, there is also potential to go some amount of water here.
I think we can get into the game. We are ready. Yeah. All right. Get us into that.
Yeah, go for it, Magus.
Yeah. All right. We are on the map that you already described. It is Finland. And what's important about Finland, the treasure that Optimus is taking right now is a 10% wood collection treasure. So really, really good for Brits. Obviously also good for Germans, but Brits definitely profit more from better wood collection.
Totally
We
agree.
also have quite some European native posts. We have the trade route in the middle. We have the water trade route and gold mines, a lot of herds. So abundance of resources on this map. Really, really nice for both civs, the gold mines for the Germans, the hunts for the Brits. And I have to mute myself for a sec.
Bereit.
Yeah, I think you have a couple of good herds. What is Tabben going? Tabben is going for the 75-point treasure. That's pretty good. I think what he's trying to do is he'll try to buy 100 wood from the market to get the Age of House down. So that treasure will help him with his macro pretty exactly. Optimus, on the other hand, getting 75 food, which is always nice to boost up your H2 speed. And look at Tabben's macro right there. Yep. Getting 100 wood, he'll get that down with the settler wagon. And yeah, do you think there's potential for natives here, Magus? I think you have House of Vasa here again with 4 tops.
House of
Perhaps for
Vasa.
Germany.
The thing is, yeah, for Germany definitely better than for Brits because you want the manor with the British. But still, Vasa is quite nice, has some good techs, and the other one is probably Oldenburg. Yeah, we have Oldenburg again with the balloon. If you want to claim it,
I love that
and we have
balloon,
already
man.
seen the balloon today, so it's not out. It's not out. It's
Ready.
I lose my out of the question. Yes, I lose my ability to speak. It's not out of the question to see it again.
Optimus finally get a
But
treasure steal in the
Optimus will
series.
get the steal. Will get the steal
Monument.
Yes,
for
he does.
the coin treasure.
Can we look at the decks chosen pretty quick?
Brits. No anti-water, which I always not like to see. But outside of that, normal Brit deck, and German has anti-water, a frigate, and even the upgrade, and the battleship even.
Funnily, Optimus going for the land deck and Tabben going for the anti-water deck, but has all the standard cards that you need. One thing to note was for Optimus, what I found interesting was you have Spice Trade in his deck.
Yeah.
Not sure that'll come to play too much on this map, especially versus Germany.
Ready.
But another thing, one Opti trademark is Pioneers.
I
I've seen him
like
run many a games with Pioneers.
I like the Spice Trade card. It's for me the better replacement to the Lost 5 villagers that were patched out some time ago. I think Spice Trade for Brits is really, really strong, and I can recommend to use it instead of 4 villagers or in combination with 4 villagers, honestly.
Interesting
But
take.
yeah, maybe we will see it, maybe not.
Monument.
Pioneers definitely not bad if you get the chance to send it against the Ulan raids. But yeah, let's see. We have the age up for Brits, probably governor, or pretty sure.
Is Tabben actually going for House of Asa? I see he has that TP in the line of sight. Oh, Opti actually going
Tabben goes
for
for House of
okay.
Asa.
Tabben is going for House of Asa. Yeah.
Nice. I like when players use the natives on the map to gain a little advantage. And with House of Vasa, he gets 440 pop space with the Vasa order and an extra trickle of resources with the tops.
It'll be interesting
For
to see, if Opti reacts to the forward base or does he go his usual greedy playstyle because he scouts that Tabin will probably go for the House of Vasa, so Tabin will not be able to rush and Tabin will probably not
yeah.
have a big batch of 7 Yula
And the
base.
4 tops are on the way. 4 tops are on the way. The Hanseatic League, sorry, not the Vasa Order. Vasa Order is another tech from the Vasa Post. The Hanseatic League with 4 tops.
Redo för eldgivning.
Yeah, it's pretty nice for Germany. It gives you nice population as well.
Yeah, gives you pop space, gives you extra income of resources. Really, really nice. And we have a stable, which is something I'd like to see against Brits. You're gonna want to snipe the villagers that venture out and try to claim the hunts and try to build manor houses. Yeah, we have a dog for the Germans, Margarita. And another food treasure will be claimed. 100 food, 3 treasure
Let me
guardians.
switch over to Opti meanwhile. What's Opti up to? And what has he scouted till now?
Opti doing Brit stuff. Opti doing Brit stuff.
Opting for more manners. When in doubt,
Sending wood,
manner it out.
Yes.
sending wood, building manors, nice manor placement with good line of sight. Gets another hunt to head towards the TC. Tabben has not scouted Optimus space in any shape or form, but now will with the 2 Ulans. And another batch of Ulan comes. Only 4, not 5. Is seen. And we have the villagers hide in the TC. The 1 mana will not go up, at least temporarily. The 1 Ulan is short, has not much life left.
Bereit verstanden.
And they look for easier targets that are further away from the town center. steel traps, 700 wood on the way for Tabben. Yeah, sees the another mana. Thinks where mana is, must be a villager. And those villagers are building double racks.
Double racks?
Double racks, but one one Ulan gets instantly sniped, but the Rex won't go up because the Ulans are threatening the villagers. One villager goes down.
Okay, I
Both.
thought Opti might be able to save it,
Both
but
barracks, another villager goes down. Both barracks don't go up. But the
yeah,
Ulans also get shot down with the TC fire, with the outpost fire. But
yeah,
the,
very questionable barracks placement from Optimus.
yeah, as if there were not roaming Ulans. As if there were not roaming Ulans.
Yeah, maybe what Opti thought was, Tabben is going greedy with the Vasa, and he's probably not making any
And
Ulans in H2.
one barracks finally goes up, the other one is denied again. It's really, 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 really
Ooh,
frustrating.
barely saves that villager.
Yeah. Villager barely
Look
survives. The
at
Ulan
Opti's
will die. The
macro
Ulan
though.
will die. And now next 5 Ulans, let's go. This one barracks will never go up. Pikes are in queue. Militia is called. I'm not sure if that's the way to go. I think pikes suffice. But I guess Optimus is just fed up. The second barracks finally is up. The stable is up. We see double batch pikes and Optimus Sans coin will go up to H3, but Tabben has wasted so much time. Has wasted so much of Optimus time. So I think Tabben
Yeah,
in the
Tabben looking in a good
lead
spot.
in most initiative.
Tabben has been able to get to 700 word. That'll give him enough infrastructure. He has a decent eco with the 4 tops. He set the wagon sent in.
Tabben,
He has killed a couple of villagers. He has scored idle
Tabben will
time.
age soon.
Yeah, and Optimus will not be able to push Tabben in H2 at all.
No, has been held in base successfully. Is now producing longbows and is not aging, is using the coin for unit production. Hussars and longbows.
Yeah, Opti wants to do some damage before Tabben goes up. But I'm not sure this timing will work because of all the idling done by Tabben.
Yeah,
this timing is coming pretty late.
it feels a bit desperate. Optimus knows he needs to do some damage and needs to do damage fast. And this is the window to do it because time is in Asia. But I feel that Optimus won't do that much. We'll get a villager at least.
Ready? Yes. Yes.
Oh, so Tabben finally hits up H3. Let's see what Tabben's first shipment is in response to all
The
this pressure from
pikes
the British.
will get rid of the barracks. We have the militia call. This German is you can't
look at
you
that
can't house-
militia versus militia, man.
Yeah, militia action. This German cannot be housed easily because of the torps. We have 70 pop space. Even now with the war wagons, still has pop space left. Now needs to build the next house. He could go for some winged hussars if he wanted. And yet, oh, those poor longbows will get eaten alive by the Ulans. This does. It's actually not that bad of a trade with the outpost. But yeah, I think Optimus fights an uphill battle. Now, he has some mass, but it's an uphill struggle right now.
Yeah,
Half
definitely.
the
And
menace. Half the menace.
Optimus's boom isn't even that scary. He's on 110
Yeah, it's
pop.
only 11 manas on the field, so not even a full mana boom. We are equal in score. Now the Ulan shipment with the Ulan vet upgrade. Nice, that's what I like to see. When that shipment comes, you need to have that upgrade ready.
Bereit. Danke, dass du mein Lösegeld bezahlt hast. Aufgabe?
Now it's go time, says Optimus, and engages again with a horde of hussars that is quite respectable. But we have war wagons, and we have how many? 7, 8? 6, 7 war wagons. The hussars charge in, a daring charge. The pikes follow, but try to get some war wagon kills.
Yeah, the problem is the Longumen from behind were not in the fight. Pike doing well, going right in the face of the war wagon and Ulan, but reinforcements from British.
I honestly think that this fight is not even too bad for Optimus, honestly.
Yeah, pretty decent trade from Optimus considering
I
the
think it's
Longumen were
not
fighting.
the worst fight that he could have taken. The longbows clean up, there are just 2 Ulans left and they have not much HP. And the war wagons have been dealt with, there are only 2 skirms and Optimus has longbows left. There are 8 Ulans on the way, so Optimus needs to leave now if he wants to keep his massive units. Builds more hussars, starts with musketeer production, and I think this was the best fight Optimus could have taken, honestly. I was not sure in the beginning, but that was a cleanup. That was a cleanup.
Yeah, Pikes in a face do pretty well versus Cav. And Longumen with the DPS from
Yeah,
behind is very easy
don't
to focus
disrespect
the
the
war
pikes.
wagon.
Don't disrespect pikes when they're in your face, honestly. If you have a
Yeah.
pointy stick in your face, you should not disrespect it. Sun Tzu, probably.
Yeah. What are the shipments that British left now? That's the big question.
They have the
He has sent
upgrades,
Cav
musketeer.
HP.
Yes?
Yeah, he has some.
the-
He has some shipments left that definitely can be put to good use.
That's the
German-
problem. German has all shipments still left, like 7 Scum, 8 Ulan probably. While Optimus will
only
be
eight
reliant.
skirms left, and the
Ooh,
there was a
getting
there was a getter point. There was a getter point probably. Those 5 Huss are wasted. And another getter point. Those pikes run forward too.
Wait, I think Opti has disconnected. Can you look at Opti's POV? Is he macroing it? Yeah, I think Opti has disconnected, unfortunately. Let me.
Yeah, Opti
go to the
disconnected.
chat. Yeah,
Disconnected. Game crashed.
Yeah, I think they'll try to play from
Reload.
the autosave file if
Yeah.
they can. Hopefully, fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. This is not bit anticlimactic. Definitely not over. The game was
This-
definitely not over by any.
It would be
And,
such a shame if the last game was decided by disconnect, by crash. It would be such a
Oh,
shame if
man.
that was the case.
Yeah, I just got a confirmation from the players. They are trying to rehost and load that game. So hang on, ladies and gentlemen. Give us a few minutes. Hopefully we can recover. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we can make it back into this game because that was turning into another one of very close games between these two. And overall, it has been such a good series. It would be such a shame to end that way.
Yeah, and it does not have to be over now if they manage to get back into the game with the autosave, which hopefully happens. And if not, this is probably a win for Tabben by default. What happened? Optimus crashed. The game of Optimus crashed. That happened. so they try to read the load back in through the autosave in order to actually conclude the last game of the series. And hopefully this works out.
Yeah, I'm just coordinating with the players and trying to figure out what we can do. Seems like Tabben is rehosting and they will try to play off from the save game. So yeah, let's just hope for
I
that.
think the most plausible thing that happened is that Tabben has sent some hackers to sabotage Optimus.
Committing
That's the
Schadenfreude
only
with the German.
explanation. The only explanation. From the off we get the truth that an Ottoman spy, the Mubia, got into the house of Optimus.
So, meanwhile the game is loading. What has been your favorite game of the series so far, Megas?
Oh, my favorite game. I mean the first, but because Sweden. I mean,
Yep.
is one is definitely up there. I think that my favorite game was the China USA game, just because of the unlikely comeback because of the Optimagic that we were able to witness in there. I thought the game was firmly in the grasp of Tabben, and Optimus turned it around with whatever
I have
magic
to
he
agree.
could pull off. So I think this is the if I ignore that the first game has two of my main civs and my favorite civ, then it has to be the China USA game.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think there have been more than a couple of Optimagic moments that monocomping China with Spain Hussars was also very inspired from Opti. I really like the game that you mentioned as well. The unlikely China comeback with that China death ball. You can never count them out, and I pretty much enjoyed the India Dutch game as well. A very, very close game. You had a
Yeah.
big cow switch from Dutch, then 3 elephants from India, then another cow switch from Dutch, then 2 elephants from India.
Yeah,
So those fights were pretty intense.
the constant Kev switch when the other one was out of Kev. That was also fun, yeah.
Yeah, but overall, such a treat this series has been
This
so far.
series was, yeah, really, really glad that I got to cast this. Really a strong series with two players that don't give each other anything, and really, really hope that we will be able to watch the conclusion and not just make the last game an admin win.
What are people saying in the
I
chat?
think I'm not sure if after 12 minutes or so the game has to be restarted. I don't know.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very big 4 more series coming in for the EPL final. The next one will be Boy versus Frontline at 21 GMT. So definitely stay tuned for that. That'll be an hour and a half right from now. Time in GMT.
So this won't be the last series for today.
Yeah, this is just the start. And we'll have another three exciting series tomorrow. We'll have Robot versus Ezad, We'll have Minimote versus Kevin, and we'll have Lucas versus Dennis. So yeah, pretty stacked
So
EPL tournament.
stay tuned. Keep your money ready for subscriptions and donations, because we are cooking for you. Game, by the way, if somebody's wondering, cannot be found. Either they haven't started, or for some reason there is no spectator mode on for this 3 host, which we definitely hope is not the case. China defeat. That's a graphical error. No, it's definitely not a graphical error, because China faced Spanish and was flattened under the stampede of Cav Combat H3 Hussars by the hands of Optimus. So China lost that game pretty substantially.
Yeah, I think people are
Spectating
telling me
doesn't
that
work on save
spectator
games.
made doesn't work on autosave.
Spectating
So,
doesn't work on save games, so we need to wait for the rec, which is frustrating,
oh
especially if
man,
the
yeah, the
game.
suspense is killing me.
Yeah, what's killing me is the lack of suspense right now, because it's just waiting for the rec, and that's I've more fun things in mind to do than that, honestly, and I think it's. Oh wait, do we have to? Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. 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 All right, the game is over. Yeah, Tabben has posted it, and will hopefully post the rec anytime soon.
Yeah, now let's just hope the rec can work and we can get some closure here.
Yeah, it would be extra anticlimactic if the rec doesn't work now. No, not. You don't need to restart the game usually. just get out of the folder and then get into. Yeah, recorded games, just the recorded games. But there it has to be somewhere. Is it named? They didn't rename it. No, it's record game 20 on 20:34 and 20:32 seconds. That's the time of the game. Alright. We got it, and hopefully we got all of it. So we will be able to switch back into the game. Stop the count, yeah. This series has been stolen. Yeah, we see engagement and we see a lot of Ulans. Holy shit, this is a lot of Ulans. Into the base of Optimus. Muskets are in melee, the Ulans are veteran. No, don't.
Nice reinforcing batch of musketeers to save Optimus. But will this be enough? We'll have a lot of skirms from the back, pulling in some villagers. Ulan disengaging. Clutch batch of Hussars from behind. And Sixmus will pop from probably from the outpost here.
Yeah.
Nice defense from Opti here. Longoman DPSing from the back. Another big batch of musketeers reinforcing. 42 with the economy from Opti. Will he be able to stabilize this? Another big batch of Ulans from Germany. The Ulan Ode is endless.
Is down. The Ulan mass is quite down. The Hussars are in pursuit, but not enough Hussars to really be scary, to be honest, at this moment. So yeah, Optimus has stabilized, I think. But yeah, it's kind of stuck in H2, I think. It's kind of stuck in H2. Is producing units and does not able to age. And Order of Vasa has been clicked by Tabben, which means better get rate for villagers and buildings that gather resources for a short amount of time. So a little nice economic boost. More war wagons, more skirmishes. Order of Vasa is now through. And we're quite similar score-wise, interestingly enough. And we have now Pioneers. Pioneers has been sent, so villager pool can happen if necessary. 300 HP on a villager.
Yes.
Is Tabben macroing for a big mercenary shipments? I think Black Rider here would be clutch.
Yeah, he's macroing for 1,000 coin, it seems. To send a mercenary shipment. Black Rider would be absolutely busted against the Hussars. I can also see technically the Jaegers, but Black Rider probably.
Yeah, I think he needs some unit to kite versus the Hussar and Pikeman. So
Yeah.
Black Rider should be the play here. But here comes the push from Opti.
And
That's a lot of mass from
That's
Optimus.
a lot of pikes.
Tabben instead just remacroing and going for
alright,
combat.
no merc shipment. No merc shipment.
Oh, there comes the villagers with 300 HP Pioneers.
The villager push. The
Pikeman
villager
going in.
push. Fight for king and country.
Nice position though for Tabben behind all the trees.
Oh, this
and
choke
go.
point. The choke point
He
is.
can pull his own villagers in.
But the some
some
skirmishers in the front line. That's not what you want. But the choke point. Choke point is strong with Tabben. And yeah, this fight decides everything because
villager pull
Optimus
from
loses
both
the fight,
sides. The
it
war
will
wagon need to retask on the Hussars.
And I
the
think
villagers are bugging the attack move.
I think
It's just so hard to call this fight.
Yeah. Oh, this is so much. No, 3 Ulans come into the back line of the longbows, and I think this fight goes in favor of Tabben. We have still war wagons alive, we have Ulans, and now it's just some longbows. And yeah, Optimus has pulled the villagers. That means he will lose them. He lost them and loses his eco. And this looks like a victory for Tabben. Yeah, there's the GG, I guess.
Yeah.
There is the
About-
GG, I guess, from Optimus. And this game, after crashing and reloading and waiting for the wreck, goes to Tabben. That means the series concludes with this was a strong fight for the last one.
Launching the last 3 games to come series 4-3 ahead by 1 point versus
Game there.
starting in about an hour. 3 more series tomorrow. But very well played by and securing 4 versus Hudson Big IPL final, I guess.
It concludes is there some is the question.
Maybe Blackburn?
Sure. I will initiate the raid to Blackburn. Yeah, somebody close the prediction.
But yeah, pleasure casting with you, Magus.
Yeah,
Great job on production
it has
chosen.
been too long that we casted together. Thanks for production. For notifying us when we didn't see things. And yeah, kind of close the predictions first and then raid. Or is it closed already? That's a question. Yeah. Tabby won the last one. So somebody will get many channel points because yeah, somebody initiated the raid. Perfect. Yeah, and with that, gentlemen, ladies, and everybody outside and in between,